Basically infatuated with the in-between, the ups, the downs, the curves and the rounds. I bring it to your city or your hometown. I go back in time when the feeling was fine, when funkin' was legal and it wasn't a crime. Party people lined up and down the way, a bigger celebration than your birthday. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. And I have seen the world pristine, funk you up in the bushes, funk you down in the trees. Now look around, all the frowns, the yellow, the white, the red and the brown. And keep in mind, it never costs a dime, 'cause funkin' is free, I remember the time. Now look today, the streets are gray, time to take it back to yesterday. Funkin' in the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. It was good in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.
And we're live.
And we're back.
Can you hear me, David?
I can hear you now.
Welcome to Underdog Journey. I'm Wes. This guy is David, and his background is really cool today. David, where are you?
My background's cool. and I am at Smolder and Brass
You
in
got some friends there.
El Paso, Texas. Yeah, I'd say introduce. They can hear you talk. Yeah, talk. This is Jasmine. She says hi,
Jasmine,
y'all.
welcome. I don't think she can hear me. Can she hear me?
No, she can't hear you. He
Okay.
says hi.
Hello.
Now the only audio is in the ears. So Jasmine's been taking. Jasmine and who's the other? Raven. They've been taking good care of me. I got here on Sunday, and
Yeah?
dude, I tell you, if you guys get a chance. Now I've already told you guys, El Paso is my hands down my favorite city in this rocky, godforsaken state. No, I actually do like it here, but El Paso blowing away. This lounge is rather new, month and a half, 2 months maybe.
We're going on 4.
Well, 4 months. Okay, so still
Wow.
a relatively new lounge, and it is absolute top notch.
We let him
Nice.
stay the night here. We wake him up. He helps me clean, and then I see him the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's an ongoing thing, but if you get a chance, get down here. This place is on the level of the Carnegie Lounge as far
Really?
as
That
elegance inside.
Wow.
It is phenomenal. I'm sitting in their private room right now, so
Yeah.
that as people come and go, they don't have too much issues. But I got a seat out there. I'll walk in, I get my seat. They bring me my whiskey, which I like that. That's
Nice.
that really says a good sign for places. I got my ginger ale here, and tonight I'm smoking the Late Hour Davidoff cigar.
Nice.
A little spicy. I've already had one cigar, so I think my palate's ready for a little heavier of a cigar tonight. That's good.
I am jealous.
And Chuck, the owner, is here, and Chuck and I have been getting along super, super good. Just super cool guy. So if you get a chance, you're in El Paso, or not even near El Paso, you should make a special trip. And when you come down here, absolutely Smolder and Brass. I have no idea what the street it's on. It might be on Texas. Hold on, let me see what the address
the details.
is. It might be on. It is. It's on Texas Avenue. Yeah, I thought it was
there
on
you
Texas.
go.
Yeah, so it's in Texas. It's on Texas Avenue in El Paso.
I've been to Texas a lot. I've never been to El Paso. I've had old El Paso salsa, but I've never actually been to El Paso. But now I have a reason to go.
Yeah, Oh wait, no. Sunday night. I came over here. I had my cigar, and then I went back to the hotel, and I was asking for recommendations for dinner, and they sent me to this dive bar Mexican restaurant. I walk in, and there's this little old Mexican lady in there, 3'7". I mean, just short as can be. And she calls me her love. Everything was like, "What can I get you, my love? What can I get you, my love?" So of course I felt loved in there.
Of course, like you do.
She was pushing about 70, but just polite and as all get out. And they brought me, I'm sitting at a bar. It's in a dive bar, and they bring me this basket of chips and salsa. And I didn't even think about it that I was eating salsa in El Paso. But so there you have it.
There you go. Hey, by the way, Jamie says, "Hey, cuz."
What up, dog? I have a story.
Uh-oh.
I have a story for tonight.
Is this an El Paso story?
This is an El Paso. This happened yesterday. Now,
okay.
There is nothing that I could have. I intentionally didn't tell you. I did text one person yesterday. I texted my buddy Jeff. I said, Jeff, here's how the text. I said, bro. He comes back, yes. I said, I need you locked in for 5 minutes. He's like, I'm there.
Okay.
Sweet. So I'm texting him because he's out on a cruise. So I'm texting him this story. He's like, there's no effing way that this is real. I'm like, every single word of it.
All right.
So
I can hear the story.
We're gonna light the cigar.
Okay.
So I call this cigar the Golden Butthole.
There
you go.
It's a nice lighter. Yeah.
It is a nice lighter, and that's the Golden Butthole there.
There you go.
So we're gonna light up the cigar. That's a professional.
Lighting the cigar with the Golden
fancy
Butthole.
lighter.
Okay.
Golden Butthole. So I'm in here yesterday.
Okay.
And Chuck, the owner's here, right?
Okay.
And we're chatting, and as you are, he's up doing owner stuff.
Okay.
Adjusting lights and adding, because again, they're still new. They're only 4 months in, and They're still adding little touches here and there. It's just really bringing this place together. It looks beautiful.
Sure.
You got to get out here. Now, when from the street arose such a clatter. So something's going on outside.
Sure.
A rustle, a tussle, a brouhaha, a Donnybrook perhaps. We don't know. We're inside. I'm sitting there. I've got my cigar. I've got my drink. I'm having a good time. I'm relaxing after working. Well, we hear a glass shatter.
Oh, okay.
And we arose to see what was the clatter.
Is an old-timey saloon fight?
So Chuck runs outside, and I'm like, Chuck's my boy. I got his back. Boom.
Okay.
So I'm up out, and I'm ready. I got the broad shoulders on. I got the puffed up chest. I'm backing Chuck up. I got Chuck's back. There's no ifs, ands, buts about this.
Sure.
Somebody's in the right. Somebody's in the wrong. We're gonna have to do something. I need you to sit with this for a moment.
Okay.
Because this next part is just insane. So we're running out there. So somebody has smashed a glass on the pavement. There's a bottle broken. There's glass everywhere. We get out there, and I'm like, all right, who do I got? I walk out. Upon the ground is a one-legged homeless Mexican man.
Okay, sure, like you do.
Fighting a rather well-dressed midget.
It sounds perfectly normal. A perfectly normal
And
day
I
in El
come
Paso.
out, and I'm like, who do I got? And I'm like, I don't know
Which one
what
do you
to do.
Which one do
I
you
don't know what
hold
to
back?
do.
See, that's when you get your camera out,
this-
David, just to prove that it actually
no.
happened.
Oh my! So I'm asking Chuck if he can send me the video because there's cameras that caught it. I don't know if he said because the sun comes in at a certain time, he gets blurs a little bit, but I think there's enough to see what happened. So I'm going to ask Chuck if I can actually get that. But I'm trying to get because I'm sitting there like yeah, and then all of a sudden I see the scene before me, and I'm like,
I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do.
That's when you're like, now's my time, and you start kicking ass.
That could have been one way to handle it. So Chuck's trying to get the guy back in his wheelchair. The one-legged man.
He was in a wheelchair. Okay.
The midget guy is just talking shit the whole time. The Mexican guy's trying to get it, just go after him. So Chuck's got a hold of his wheelchair, like holding him back, and he's telling the other guy, like, get out of here, get out of here.
Now, is this argument happening in Spanish? Did you know what they were arguing about?
Okay, so I speak 3 words of Spanish. They're all bad. I don't know what the guy in the wheelchair was saying, but I know exactly what the guy in the wheelchair was saying. Let me go so I can go beat this motherfucker up, right? That's what he was saying. He's like, let me go. I want to go.
I'd like to see that fight. I would like to see what happens. I'm not sure I would have broken it up. I'm like, this is too good. So does anybody have popcorn? There should be a popcorn vendor be like selling. Yeah.
Oh my Lord. I told him, I said, if you could schedule this every week, this place be packed. But literally, we're busting out. We bust out. What do you do?
Get them in the squared circle, and it's a show, man.
So what's the I don't care. The midget guy, he's just not want to go. He's push, go. And I'm kind of walking back in because again, what the hell am I? What am I going to do in this situation? Like, trip one and shoot the other? I don't know.
I mean,
there's no.
Who would you put money on in that fight, though?
Man, that's a tough one. But there's no winning. If you go into that and you end up in a physical confrontation, there is no win. You do not come out of that looking like a hero.
The only way you win is if you take on both of them. And you're like throwing elbows, like you're going in, like doing suplexes. You're like picking them up, putting them on your shoulders, spinning around really fast, and just tossing the elf.
So
it's you can win that.
Did you just say tossing the elf?
Yeah, I mean, it's a move. It's an official move.
I don't know that I would use it in this exact story. So anyway, the midget guys, he finally gets a little bit further down the street. All he had to do was cross the street. The guy's in a wheelchair with one leg. All he had to do is walk across the street. That's it.
David,
but he just doesn't.
You said walk across the street.
No, the midget guy. All he had to do was walk across the street.
Oh, I thought you meant the one-legged guy
There's a
in the wheelchair.
curb.
I was like, he's
There's
not
a
walking
curb.
anywhere. Okay, yeah, well, yeah.
There's a curb. It's a pretty high curb. It's probably a 5 to 5.5 inch curb out there. That's not easy to navigate. I mean, so the guy in the wheelchair is going to have to go down to the crosswalk. You got time to move and separate yourself, but he doesn't. So Chuck finally, after he's like, this guy's. He said he's let the wheelchair go. This guy got this, like he's at a Paralympics, like boom, 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 going after her, and just plows into the back of the guy.
Nice.
Just plows in the back of the.
I love every part of this.
And
you can't even be mad at that.
Just like, all right, we're just gonna go inside. I just come back inside. I sit down. Like I don't. What do you do?
You stand out there and watch, David. You don't go back.
No,
you light your cigar. You stand there. You pick the horse you want to bet on, and you're like, let's go. If you can't break it up, enjoy the show.
In a tussle, 2 drunk people in a tussle. And they may have been drunk, but I was absolutely not expecting that. World of uselessness, absolute world of uselessness. I walked out there and I just see this, and the story does well because I do think I tell a pretty good story.
That's a good story. That's a good one.
The visual image of what was actually unraveling before us.
Right.
Christopher Nolan could not have cast these people better. If anybody gets that joke.
Yeah.
It's just, you walk a well-dressed.
Like, are we talking like tuxedo, or are we talking like a business suit? What are we talking here?
Like a business suit, but a relaxed style business suit, no jacket. So buttoned up.
Okay, business casual.
I don't think you have to. Business casual midget.
Sure.
And
I was picturing a tuxedo.
One-legged Mexican homeless person.
And him, I'm picturing
actually,
a sombrero.
The suit he had on looks good. Oh, Lord of mercy. Actually, the girl here, she actually offered to bring me a sombrero to do the show in tonight. And I respectfully declined.
You should have done the show in a sombrero. It's not too late, David.
Oh, I'm telling you, there's nothing in all of I guarantee you in the police manuals, this is not in the book.
See, David, this story alone should be run by the El Paso Visitors Bureau. Like, they should run this story. It's like, come to El Paso. Where the hell else are you going to see this?
I'm telling you, the WWE could not have cooked this up. It was insane.
David, your only mistake was coming back inside.
Oh.
Well, you had 2 mistakes. One, coming back inside. The other one is not filming it firsthand. And like commentating as you're seeing it.
Oh,
like,
that would
put on the old, like, professional wrestling, like, commentator's voice, and like just call the shots as they come, dude.
Oh,
dude,
man.
You could have put that on YouTube and made $1 million.
Oh, it was. Oh, I mean, I can't. Again, I'm walking. I get out there. I mean, the adrenaline, the hey, I get to do manly things right now and maybe face plant somebody. The emotion going out to a complete, yeah, yeah. I'm so there's Chuck right there, Chuck, the hero of yesterday. I just got done telling the story here, so
that might be one of the best stories I've ever heard, David.
Yeah, they say it's probably one of the best stories they've ever heard. It was good. I'm telling the guy yesterday, I'm texting him, so they're going, I need you locked in for 5 minutes. I just need you locked in for 5 minutes. And I texted him again this morning. I was like, this is a reminder that story I told you yesterday was in fact true.
I have the video.
Oh, he's got the video.
Give me your phone number.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, I'm not going to shout it out live on the internet, but I'll put it in this phone and then you can write it down from there.
Yes. If you can send the video, you can send it to me, David. I can find a way to get this on the screen. We can make it happen.
Yes.
The world needs to see this epic tale. And speaking of Christopher Nolan, this would probably get more views than the Odyssey movie he's about to put out.
Yeah. Thanks, Chuck.
I'll give you all the action scenes.
Okay, great. He's gonna send them all over to me.
This is a scene out of El Paso's Odyssey. Is what it is.
Yeah, the El Paso Odyssey. Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, you're like, hey, you made mistakes. But I would like to put just about anybody, almost anybody in that position. Just what do you do? This
David,
is one of those bro
you're
things. Like,
yeah.
what do you do? The what do you do scenarios.
See, David, you're
Go.
proving, and I don't like that you're proving this, but you're proving that you're a much better person than I am. Because one, I would have been laughing my ass off the whole time. Two, I 100% would have stood there and watched the entire
Uh,
thing with my camera
well,
out.
I left a small momentary mindset out because I get out there and there's this one-legged homeless Mexican man on the ground, and I'm like,
So right, you
clearly,
see you
I
see a
got to
one-legged
go.
homeless guy on the
Clearly,
ground.
I
You
got to
want to
go
help
beat
him up.
the other guy's ass.
You
Yes.
want to help the
So
guy up.
luckily, Chuck was on that. But
Yes.
Chuck had already processed this. I was lagging behind, and so I step out. I see the guy on the ground. I'm like, so clearly the other guy's the asshole.
Right.
So clearly that's who I got to go after him. And I turn and
See, when you said
business casual
well-dressed
midget.
when you said well-dressed
Oh,
midget, I was picturing Peter Dinklage from Elf. He's well-dressed and he's very angry.
very similar.
Maybe that's
Very
what it was.
similar. I'm
Maybe he was like, call me Elf one more time. Call me Elf one more time. And he did it, and he's like, that's it. He got up on a table and charged him.
yeah. I don't know how it got there. I'm just glad that it got there. Actually, I'm not. I don't like to see anybody fighting, but
I mean, David, I don't like to see
that
people
one was.
fight, but sometimes you're like, okay,
Uh,
this might be one of the best things I've ever seen.
I honestly, I'd like to. If I've got any officers out there at any level, what would you have done?
Because I
Like,
mean,
what do you
that's
do?
at the end of the day, that's kind of a fair fight.
And,
You know, I mean, like,
how do you call the odds on that?
right? How do you call the odds? How do you say, okay, this is? I mean, obviously, it's a one-way fight. This is not a one-way fight. This is pretty even. Like, you got to see how this is going to play out. It's like what was the meme that came out not too long ago, like a bear versus 100 men or something like that. Like you want to see what
yeah.
happens.
So no, you walk out. You walk outside. You walk outside. There's a bar fight. It had first of all, it had nothing to do with this establishment. Zero to do. This
Right.
all took place outside from other. We don't know what happened before. I don't know what happened before. All I know is what I got to see, and I bust out ready to help break up, and I got my boys back right. And again, that half an instant where I'm like, oh, the one-legged homeless guy that's on the ground, that's the victim. So
Was he
let's go
though?
beat the other
Was
guy.
he though? Right.
We don't
He
know.
might have been the aggressor.
No,
You might have been helping like the bad guy in the fight.
I know. That's exactly. You can't.
That
You
being
can't pick
said,
sides.
though,
You can't
you
be
see
like,
a one-legged dude on the ground, you do 100% help him to his wheelchair. But once he's back in his wheelchair, if he wants to like charge back into battle, you let it happen, man. You're like, it's on. And I want to be witness to what's happening right now.
was insane.
The
I
only
mean,
thing
Chuck-
better
Chuck's
would be is
not-
like on the
Chuck-
front of if on the front of his wheelchair he had like a cow catcher or like spikes on the sides of his wheels, like a gladiator
like Mad Max,
chariot.
like a Mad Max
dude,
wheelchair.
come on, man. Come on. People would pay good money for this.
Oh, dude,
I mean, I think
I-
right
I'm
now you
watch-
just created a new
again.
genre of video that needs to be made.
martial arts
People are gonna
fighting. Yes.
well,
yeah.
no, amputee versus little person.
So we can call them the partial arts. Oh man.
Oh, see now
I'm-
you're now
St.
you're
St.
definitely going to
Peters
hell.
is going
Yes,
to have that one in the book.
Right.
He's going to have that one in the book.
You're
have
gonna get up
answer
there.
that one.
and he's gonna have a big smirk on his face and be like, David.
He's like, it's funny, but you can't say this.
we both know it's funny, but you can't say that.
Oh, one guy's. Oh, just no way. And and again, I'm really trying to do this thing justice with the story, but it's still falling
It's a good
short
story.
of the actual event. Walking out and seeing this and being like, yeah,
It sounds like a scene out of Jackass, doesn't it?
it really does.
It sounds
really
like
does.
something Johnny Knoxville. Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. This is El Paso.
This is just Jackass. El Paso.
This is old
Jackass.
El Paso. And they got Wee Man versus an amputee in a wheelchair.
Oh.
Like that's something Jackass would do.
Oh yeah, yes. Now that you say it, I might have to see if Johnny Knoxville's staying in one of the hotels around here. And the whole
you
thing
might be in the new Jackass
we
movie
just got-
that's coming out in a few
we
months.
just got punked. We just all got punked. Yeah.
You 100% got punked.
Oh.
Ashton Kutcher's going to jump out and,
Yeah.
it's be a thing.
Yeah. It's crazy. But
or you know what it could be?
I'm-
Remember the show? What would you do? Where like they set up these fake crimes to see if like a normal person would step in and do something. That's what
or
it
they
is.
set up people being completely obnoxious and see how far they can get away with it.
Right, that's what it is. So
Yeah.
it's the new version. It's the new like really wild ADD version of what would you do?
Well, so we got to give credit where credit's due, because literally the first thing Chuck did was get the guy back in his chair.
Well, and you have to. I agree with that. You have to get but again, once he charges back into battle, that's his choice, man. It's on.
Chuck, he's not a small guy. His arms are bigger than mine, but his are made of muscle.
And he did
not.
the right thing. He did the
And
right
he
thing. He
had
helped
a
the guy
death
back in the
grip.
wheelchair.
He had a death grip on this wheelchair. Death grip to keep this guy. This guy's trying to get his arms going, and he's coming back. And again, I don't speak a word of Spanish, but I'm pretty sure it was "Let me go, motherfucker. I want to go kill this midget."
I mean, at that
that's
point,
what
it's his
he was
choice.
saying. But it was all Spanish. What? No.
Yes. At that point,
Can't
look.
just allow that.
No, if you look. If you help him back in the wheelchair, that's the right thing to do. Once he charges back into battle,
Yeah.
it's his choice, man.
Oh, man.
It's on him.
It was insanity, absolute insanity. I will
That's hilarious.
laugh about this. I will laugh if somebody ever just looks at me and I'm just giggling and laughing. That's what I'm thinking about.
That might be one of the best stories ever. Like that's a good story because it's like just wild enough that people are like, "There's no way that happened."
So I'm texting Jeff from the Goalie Dads, right? So I'm texting Jeff and like walking, and I'm doing it on purpose in certain sections, and I'm like, get to the one-legged homeless Mexican man in a wheelchair against another message, midget. and he comes back and he's like, no effing, there's just no way this is real. I'm like, every word of it is freaking real. So he made me a couple of AI generated images for it last night, and I showed them here, and they're like, that's kind of almost exactly what it looked like.
That's pretty close. Look, that's what AI was made for. That is exactly what AI was made for.
He did preface with AI could be used to cure diseases, and then followed it up with sending me these images.
Exactly. We could be using AI to make the world a better place, or we can make it a funnier place. It's your choice.
Oh, yeah. So I'll tell you, what are you smoking over there tonight?
I am in my house, so I'm not smoking anything. I'm jealous. How's that cigar
I
treat
just thought I'd rub that in. Oh, it's beautiful. It's the Davidoff late hour.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, there's no way to go wrong with it.
You can't go wrong. I'm guessing significantly less expensive than the Cubans we picked up in Canada.
Yeah. I wouldn't go with the word significant, but yeah, we didn't. I mean, the cigars weren't terrible in Canada. I did keep the Monte Cristo, the other Monte Cristo.
I'm guessing if we weren't so close to the
Cubans.
border, you'd find Cubans a lot less expensive. But I think since we're so close to the border, they're like, the Americans are going to come and pay 5 times what these are actually worth.
Just for anybody keeping tab, if you go to Toronto, Cohiba Bahike is $430 or $480 a stick.
A stick. Right.
That's
Ooh.
one.
I'll bet if you traveled 100 miles north of there,
We did not smoke.
you could find it a lot less expensive. I'll bet it's a lot less expensive.
you just go over to the Indian, which is what we were going to, but we left too late. Our
Yeah.
meeting. So we're international businessmen,
Technically, we are
right?
international businessmen. Yes.
And so we are in we're in Ontario working. We have a mutual client up there, or a mutual. I don't know, whatever. I'm the mutual supplier. How's that? That's a better way to say that. And bridging this thing, and we get into this little office. We're talking, and there's a whiteboard, and there's we got 4 people in this room, and next thing you know, it's like 2:30 or something, 3 o'clock.
Yeah, it was like 3 hours later. It seriously felt like a
It was like
30-minute meeting. There's no way we were in there for 3
yeah,
hours.
30 minutes. We were in there for over 3 hours.
Yeah.
Then we're like, hey, we let's go to lunch. Let's have a lunch. That was a pretty good place to eat too. I forget the name of it.
That was a good lunch.
It was a pretty good place.
That
Great
was a
lunch.
great lunch.
Great lunch. Good. A lot of work done. A lot of stuff done. It's good.
Yeah.
But had we gotten out of the meeting kind of in the time frame that we thought, we would have gotten over to the Indian reservation where you don't have to pay the taxes on them.
Right.
And then all you got to do is worry about smuggling them back across the border.
That's it, exactly. And we may or may not have smuggled lots of contraband over the Canadian border. We didn't, but I like to pretend that we did.
I think I declared we had. Did we buy any whiskey? I don't remember we bought whiskey.
You bought whiskey
Did I buy whiskey? What did I
at
buy?
the duty free.
Yeah, at the duty free. I forget what I bought.
You bought that the elk crossing.
Oh, the caribou crossing.
Caribou crossing. The caribou.
Yeah,
the
that's
elk
gone.
crossing. Yeah, that
That's
was
gone.
a good.
That lasted 2 nights.
Yeah, that was good whiskey. I liked it.
Yeah, because you and I hit it hard because we came back. We did a podcast that night. You and
We
I
did.
hit it hard that night. That was fun. Yeah, Wes was probably a little more inebriated than normal because he made the
Nah.
mistake last week of during the meeting, during that 30-minute that was actually over 3 hours
I
meeting.
made a mistake.
Yeah, and you said the word synergy in a
I
business
did
meeting
say synergy.
with me present.
Yeah, I should. Well, I did correct myself and said we all have to take a shot now in the business meeting.
Yes, yes, he did, which confused the other people that were in the room. Like,
They had no idea. They're like,
what's this? So hopefully I can talk them into coming to the conference. I think we're going to have a conference later this year.
Huh, where's that
And
at?
hopefully we'll get them an invite. I think it's in Orlando.
Cool.
I know I'm one of the people that's slated to have to be there, but I don't know much more details yet.
Well, I was actually thinking they might want to go in CES with us and join us at CES. Maybe we get a bigger booth than we had
That
last
would be
year. Maybe
great.
go for the 10x20 booth and really show some
Yeah.
stuff off.
I'm telling you, you're all's tech working together, and that's why I wanted to introduce you guys, because you're all's tech working together would be lights out. So anyway,
Yep.
One-legged, homeless Mexican man in a wheelchair versus a midget. Who do you got?
A well-dressed midget. Ooh. See, it's tough. It's tough because that wheelchair can be used as a battering ram. Like, you can do a lot of damage.
Oh, he did
with
that.
Wheelchair.
He went back after him and hit him.
That's
again.
my point, right? But a little person, they can be nimble. They can get up and they can move. Man, I've seen Peter Dinklage, kill people on the field of battle. So I don't know.
I don't know if this guy Drake can know new things, but yeah, it was. Honestly, I didn't. I sat back in here for probably another hour and a half. Finished my cigar, and absolutely did not drink anything else because
Right. At that
my
point,
mind
you're
was-
like,
my mind was not prepared.
at that point, you just sit like quietly in a dark corner, just contemplating your life. Like,
Yeah, like what the hell?
did I just witness the Matrix breaking down? What's happening? What am I doing with my life?
Yeah, it was something to behold. And if you're ever in El Paso, I highly recommend Smolder and Brass.
The
Cigar
paraplegic midget fights. Yeah, that's. I would recommend those too. That sounds amazing.
And so it's been a pretty active little street here. I'm staying at the hotel right around the corner here, some thing, and nice hotel, but it's noisy. I mean, I don't get woke up this much in the middle of the night in New York.
Yeah.
But I think I really honestly think it's just the trash trucks going through and emptying the trash.
It's the
Which,
Mad Max wheelchair guys going to battle
man,
against the midget hordes. That's what's happening.
I don't know what to do with my life from here forward. I just don't know. I think my
David,
life has peaked.
you have officially peaked. You have reached the pinnacle of human existence when you've witnessed something like this.
I don't know. I mean, what's left to be seen?
You've seen it all, David. This is it.
I mean, at this point,
At this point, you could go. You could see the Great Wall of China. You could see, the Incan pyramids. You could see, the great wonders of the world. And you're like, they don't compare.
I don't know that I'll ever fully recover from this event.
Now, David, you got to be careful now too, because you know what happens. You're going to keep chasing that dragon. It's like somebody who does heroin for the first time, and they're like, "I need more." You always want to match that same high, and I have a feeling you're gonna fall deep into the underbelly of the dark net, trying to find midget versus amputee battles, just to reach that same thrill.
So what you're saying is I need to be on the watch out for depression symptoms.
Yeah, it's true. It's all downhill from here, David. You got to accept that.
Oh, it was something else. All right, so do you have some news that can pair well with this?
Well, I don't think any of my news
tale
can
of the
outdo
streets?
anything that you just told us about. But I do have some news.
Oh, let's get to some news, because otherwise I'm just going to talk the whole night about this fight ish. I'm gonna call it half a fight. Because
Partial arts.
I don't know.
You gotta get that URL, by the way, David.
Partialarts.com. I think that's already a thing. I've already seen that on the Facebook. All right, let's go here.
Actually, a news article for you.
Okay. Yes, I love this. I love this headline. Love it. Everybody got this headline?
America to shut down all.
Sorry, your audio is kind of cutting in and out there. I don't know if anybody else is having problems with it, but I can't hear you anymore.
Hang on.
It sounds like you're talking
into
the MacBook. Yeah, it sounds like you're talking into the MacBook mic.
Yeah, I blame Ecan. Remember how before we were setting up, it was all anyway. All right. So closing time. Bank of America to shut down all 5,744 branches in weeks for temporary closure. So. What was your take on this? This is something that you sent over to me.
So the moment I seen this, I said, I know exactly what this is. And hopefully you all that are fervent and adamant viewers here of the Underdog Journey know what I'm getting at. And I went through, because the author is Will Miller. And so I had to click on Will Miller's name to see how many other piece of trash articles he's written. And I haven't seen a thing. Basically, the answer is all of them. But what's really crazy is this literally the definition of clickbait. Because this sounds like, with all the layoffs and all the stuff's going, imagine being a husband or wife of somebody who works, or an employee of the bank, and now you read this headline.
Right,
Bank of America to shut down all 5,744 branches in weeks for temporary closure. Like, wait a minute, are we going to be out for a week? Are we out for 10 days? Is this a month shutdown? Are we going to be furloughed? No, it's not.
Do I need to make a run on the bank? Do I need to go pull all my money out of the bank?
Yes. Do I need to pull cash? What's going on? What's happening? Are we switching to digital currency and applying social credit scores? No, it's not. Show the folks at home what this freaking headline is, because it pisses me off when they do this stuff.
All right. The bank will join several other major financial institutions and retailers in shutting down their doors on May 25th in observance of Memorial Day. So they're only closing down for the one day to observe Memorial Day.
It's a holiday. Do we need told that the banks are going to be closed on a holiday?
Banks always close on holidays.
No.
It's like
Banks are always
oh
going
no,
to
the banks
fraud.
are going to close on Christmas. I better pull out all my money. It's the same
Yeah.
thing. It's clickbait.
I think
Yeah.
what we should do is put a run on Bank of America, and when they go, why'd you do that? Because Will, what's his name? Will, I'm an asshole. Will Miller.
Will Miller.
Because Will Miller told me you guys were closing,
Yeah. Thanks, the
and then
Sun.
maybe Bank of America will sue that guy out of existence, and we'll stop having crappy articles.
Clickbait is the worst. I honestly think
It's
one of
ridiculous.
the major problems with all of human society right now, with all of human society on the entire planet Earth, one of the major things causing all of this disruption is clickbait. Because everybody's always after the clicks. They all want the clicks. Left, right, center, big media, micro media, social media,
Yep.
everybody wants the clicks. And it's causing chaos because people are so stupid they believe any dumb thing they read. People don't even read whole articles. They just read headlines and they're like, well,
Let's
shit,
read
that's
that
the
right
whole
there.
story, obviously.
Yep, that's the story right there. Hey, did you know Bank of America is going to be shutting down all 5,744 branches for a temporary closure? Did you know that? And
Yeah.
are they actually going to read the second line? Now, make sure you guys understand the size of the font on this. The closing time, blah, 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 branches, and then in weeks for temporary. And then if you don't
Right.
scroll down and actually read what it is, you're going forth with half-assed knowledge from a
Right. And on top of that, you got to scroll
half-assed.
past this
He's not even a
giant
journalist.
video ad right here. And most people aren't even getting past that because they see this weird video ad for a protein drink.
Electrolyte, protein drink with electrolyte. I don't know. Protein's all in right now. They figured out that protein's important, but now they're trying to convince you that you can get protein from plants. Weirdos.
Right. Well, the next thing is bugs.
Just go eat a
so get
cow.
your protein out of bugs. You know what I want to do?
Or
I've been seeing a lot of
cows
ads
and
lately.
chicken.
I've been seeing a lot of ads lately from farms that sell like beef farms, and they'll sell you like a whole half of a cow in a fridge,
Oh yeah.
delivered to your house for like some actually reasonable price if you price out the actual cuts of meat. And I'm kind of tempted to do it one of these days, but I gotta start.
So I bought a box once
Yeah.
where I live up in New York, but I do want to buy just a half, not a whole. Do you call it a whole half?
A whole half?
Cow or a half cow? I'm gonna get the whole half. Because is it a whole half? If you dig a hole, is it halfway? So if you dig a hole and you need a 4-foot hole, but you only dig 2-foot holes, is it half a hole?
It's half a hole. It's not a whole hole.
It's still. So I'm going with half a cow or half a whole cow.
Half a
Anyway.
whole cow, or a whole half a cow.
A whole half.
Context.
Yeah. Yes. But anyway, it's just Memorial Day. Don't worry about it.
Right.
It's just
it's the same holiday that all the banks close every other year anyway. It's just clickbait.
Yeah. And it's not like President's Day where you get super good deals on mattresses.
No, here you get protein shakes with electrolytes.
Yeah.
It's what plants crave. All right, next piece of news.
Sorry,
David, have you heard about this? Have you heard about this next one? The Pentagon releases initial batch of declassified UFO files. Have you seen this?
I have. I was on the site last night. Last night, after I was trying to wind down from the crazy excursion out front here, and
That's pretty crazy.
so I did read it. I did read a lot of it, and then I go to places that I trust and like, give me the synopsis of it. And the synopsis was nothing was actually released, and continue wondering.
So
Okay.
you don't think this is going to be a world changer? Like we're going to finally get all the answers on UFOs and aliens? You don't think there's anything there?
No. And again, it is more likely that people like Nancy Pelosi are actual lizard people that lived on the planet millions and millions and millions ago and have a subterranean civilization than we are being visited by aliens.
I actually do believe what you're saying here. So here is the actual website from the government. By the way, one of the coolest URLs ever, which is war.gov/UFO. I mean, that's a pretty cool URL. Yeah. That being said, I'm seeing these are the actual these actual images that are being released. And
that's a black dot.
Literally,
That's a black dot.
Some of these
Go back. There's a black dot. Oh,
yep,
there's
some
more
of these
black
you get dots. Some of these you get like just little blobby shapes. There's a dot. There's a dot right there. So yeah, I'm gonna say
So many dots.
probably maybe this is one of the situations where we say, hey, there's lots of really important stuff happening in the world. Uh, let's not really talk about aliens. Maybe there's some more important stuff we could be talking about right now.
Yeah.
And this is coming from me. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yes.
saying something.
One of the world's leading experts on conspiracy theories over there, saying, you know what, maybe this is not the thing that we need to be on right now.
Right. Maybe there are actually better conspiracy theories we can be talking about right now than the aliens. Maybe this is so. Look, it's kind of like one of those things where it does actually make you curious when you think about if they're releasing this right now and they're still showing us absolute nothing. What is it they don't want us to be talking about?
Exactly. That's what,
There's
I've
probably
always
some
said
more
it.
important
When
stuff.
back when the previous administration was in, I said it. I'm going to say it with this administration as well. Whenever they show you something shiny, it's time to look at the other hand.
Exactly. And this is exactly what's happening here. So, although they do have one of the coolest URLs ever, war.gov/UFO, there's nothing here. It's a big
Great
nothing burger.
website too. Great website too.
Yeah.
The
Well,
impact.
notice they
Whoever
use
did the web design on this,
yeah.
the font, the format, how it's
Yeah, the
laid out,
font is like it's like
it
this
is
old kind of timey typewriter.
old teletype, old teletype
Yeah.
thing. And I mean, all in all, it's whoever actually did the web design on this is a great
Right.
website. It doesn't say anything, but it's a great website.
That's it. That's exactly it. So, yeah. I was not the only one disappointed. Let's move on because I'm just sad.
Just sad. Just
Here's
sad.
here's
Ladies,
one.
this break's brought to you in part by the little people.
They hate
And back to the action.
little people. They hate amputees. Okay, so why the world's most beautiful beaches are banning suntan lotion. So actually, there are a lot of
That's very
beaches
common.
around the country and the world
Yeah.
that are actually banning suntan lotion, which for people like me with no melanin whatsoever is almost a death sentence. This is just proof they don't want the
You come back
Irish
looking
on
like a
beaches
strawberry.
anymore. They don't want Irish people on beaches anymore.
It's certain ones. Now, like if you travel to places, they don't take suntan or sunblock is what we're going to say. Don't take sunblock with you. Buy whatever you use, whatever you're going to use. Buy it where you go, because the ingredients are just, some of them are absolutely vicious. The coral is one of the big things. So I mean, this is common. Hawaii's like that. You're not allowed to bring. Excuse me. You're not allowed to bring sunblock in with you, and sun oil, suntan lotion, and whatnot in with you.
Look, David. As somebody with no melanin,
Certain kinds.
I say, coral be damned. I don't like or want melanoma, and that's my feelings on that.
Melanoma.
Melanoma. You don't
I think
need
you're
all
more
of your
likely to get.
skin. It's fine.
Yeah, I think you're at risk of getting something worse from the lotion you put on. You put the lotion on its skin, or else you get the cancer again.
Hi, that's a good one. I like where you went with that. That's a good one. Actually, that's true. There's a lot of bad
Tell you what,
chemicals
hey,
in the sunscreen.
I'm copywriting that right now, effective immediately. You sunblock people, you can't take that. That's mine. That's mine.
Banana
I just
Boat's
did
already
that.
on it.
Banana Boat, yeah. No,
That's
what's
the only
one
sunscreen brand I
with
could
the
think
dog?
of.
Me too, because I can't think of the name of it. But
Right.
yeah, we'll stick with Banana Boat. That's good.
The one with the dog who's
What's next?
pulling the kids.
Yeah, the swim trunk thing.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
it's I don't know. I don't know my sunscreen brands.
Yeah.
I think I'd have them all memorized by now. All right, let's move on. David, be prepared for longer waits.
Irishman.
Be prepared for longer waits at the airport because humanoid robots are being tested as baggage handlers right now at airports in Japan. But these tests, I guarantee, are going to be happening all around the world. So that's going to work out well for everyone.
So I gotta make a trip, and I gotta make a trip around the globe later this year, and I'm thinking I might have to bounce through Japan, and I might have to find out exactly where this is being tested, so perhaps I avoid that. Because here's the thing, the base camp of the lizard people, as we all know, is in underneath the Denver airport. And
As
the
we all
Denver
know, it's
airport
true.
had when it launched. I'll tell you what, I love their marketing team out there because they steer into it.
They do.
They got murals up with lizard people and stuff. I absolutely freaking love it. But when
They
they
knew what
first
they were
opened
doing
that
when they put
airport,
those murals up. They knew what they were doing.
yeah, oh, absolutely. But you know, they moved that airport for those guys. For those of you who don't know, they moved the Denver airport from being very convenient to not convenient at all. And it's an hour and 15 minutes outside of the suburbs of Denver or something. Excuse me, something ridiculous like that. Excuse me. But when they first launched, get a drink here. When they first launched, it was the world's
Mhm.
most sophisticated baggage handling system, fully automated, super low amount of people on it,
Yeah.
like human interaction. Everything was supposed to be perfect. They'd have to pay, it was millions and millions and millions of dollars,
Mhm.
hundreds of thousands of dollars a day for manual labor because the system just simply did not work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they've worked out most of the bugs on it now, but it's been out there for a while.
Well, now
So in
robots
20
are
years,
apparently going to be taking over all of that responsibility, and you know that's going to fix all the problems, David. Until the robot
yeah.
uprising, in which case we're all screwed. But look, at least
Oh,
what?
I just had an idea that I want us to copyright, patent, we own it. Don't anybody else get into it.
All right.
We are going to start the first robotic labor union.
Oh boy. Okay, the robot labor union.
Yes, the robot labor union. That belongs to us. You guys can't have it. That's
Well, so
Underdog is
here's my
very
question, David.
exclusive.
Here's my question. For the robot labor union, would individual robots join the union, or would the companies that own the robots have to join the union?
No. If we say that one robot joins the union, all the robots in that whole entire business has to join the union, and the owners then have to pay us for no added value.
So let's say like
So
Tesla bots. Let's say like Tesla
so
bots. What
we're
if
just gonna
Tesla doesn't want their robots joining the union? They can program them not to.
well, they don't have an option. They don't have an option.
They can send out a software
You can,
update that says you
no,
don't
you're
like
not allowed to
unions.
do that. There'll be no scabbing in our robot union.
Okay, fair enough.
We're going to do like every other union, and we're just going to cut some money off the top, put it in our pockets, and move on.
Well, I do like the sound of that. That's true. If there's a great source of income, is for the leadership of labor unions and organized crime. I'm not saying there's a connection there. Teamsters, don't come after me. I just said the name. Don't come. I didn't mean it. You guys. The mafia is not real. It's not a real thing. The Sopranos is
That's all
complete
right.
fiction.
They're still laughing. They're still laughing about your elf toss joke you made earlier.
It's a move.
So they know you have a slip of the tongue. Oh
It's
yeah. Oh
true.
yeah. It's a move.
It's a real
It's a
move.
move. Dave, go out and perform the elf toss move from the WWF on that midget.
Yeah, that's a real
How's that
thing.
going to? Oh yeah. That's a way to get canceled right there.
David,
Or it's a way to make a ton of money. One of the two.
You're just trying
I
to
don't
break
think
up the
there's any
fight.
middle ground.
You're just trying to break up the fight. Look, if you got to throw some bows, you got to do what you got to do.
I can't throw elbows. I'd be 3 feet above his head.
Throw some like
A knee,
like
maybe?
kneel down. Yeah, throw some knees. Here's what you do. You take your shoes off. You take your shoes off. You put them on your knees. You walk around like Dorf. Remember Dorf?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's a fair fight.
Oh, dude, that's insane. Anyway,
Let's move on. All
robots being tested for baggage handlers in airports in Japan, and here's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see, and they'll never track this properly because business people don't allow you to track things that are important. They will only track stats that don't matter.
Yes, they will, because they don't want you to know the actual
very
stats.
Painful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't. So I deal with it even now. I see people that track literally stats that have no impact whatsoever, and I ask them like, well, here's my question is, what's the rate of resolution? And they're like, we don't track that. That's not a metric we track. I'm like, well, that's the only effing track. That's the only effing metric that matters to the customer.
Right.
So
yeah, exactly.
Perhaps, but they won't get paid their bonuses if they track that, so they don't.
Well, wasn't it Samuel Clemens who said there are lies, damn lies, and statistics?
Yes,
So
you could you
even
could
back
make.
then they knew.
Yeah, that's Mark Twain for those of you in Rio Linda.
Same thing.
All right. So we got baggage handlers. That's going to suck for a while, but they'll probably get it worked out and figure that they don't necessarily need humanoid robots to do this. Just automated machines can do this. This is not a complicated task.
Yeah, but it
But
looks
yeah, go
cooler.
ahead.
It looks cooler if it's the Terminator. I'm just saying.
I suppose. I mean, I guess they've never actually watched the Terminator because otherwise you wouldn't be doing this.
All right. Speaking of traveling back in time to give messages about the future and terrible mistakes being made on part of humans, physicists say it's possible to send messages backward in time. David, this is actually a real thing that they're apparently working on right now. This is something that I mentioned to you a long time ago. And now my method for doing so is different from the one being proposed in this article.
Okay, I was
Apparently
wondering
there are
if you were
multiple
talking
different ways
about
to
because
do
you were
it.
like, let's put some big ass mirrors out there.
Not big ass mirrors. It's basically the double slit experiment across several thousand miles throughout the solar system. We can actually speak backwards in time through the quantum erasure effect created by the double slit experiment. That's something else. This article actually uses one of your favorite things, which is quantum entanglement, quantum
Yeah, I was going to
teleportation
say quantum
of
entanglement.
information.
Yeah, quantum entanglement does give you the option based on the math. This is not this one. This one's not pseudo. This one's based on the math. You don't have to use fake numbers
The double
because
slit
quantum
experiment is not
entangled
fake numbers,
particles.
David.
It's fake numbers.
The double
Crazy.
slit
I
experiment
was
is not fake
talking
numbers.
anyway.
It's you can do it yourself in your house with a laser pointer. This is a real thing. You can actually do it. It's not fake numbers. Go ahead. Sorry.
So he was already torqued because ECAM was giving him a hell of a good time before the show.
It's
And
true.
now I'm just here poking at him with a stick. But quantum entangled particles can be quantum entangled from now to the future and in the past. So theoretically, through that, there is a possibility of transmitting messages. And I'd love to say that sometime in the future, but somebody in the scientific world finally admitted something I've been saying for years. Time travel would be so. Let's say
Impossible?
somebody tried to time travel.
Okay.
I don't want to say impossible because you could go back. The problem is you're going to go back to the place where you left to that place back when, or you're going to have to be able to teleport yourself or triangulate where you need to land. And there's no way to actually possibly do that because we don't
Right.
know the full total of axes.
Axes,
I'm
yes.
going to use axes that we are spinning on. So there's
Well-
absolutely no way we can say specifically at this time, at that day, this is exactly where we were. It's only relative to what we can see.
Well, all right. So aside from the fact that time
All right.
travel is not possible because we are living in a quantum singularity, the confluence of the causal and retrocausal
Hey, Matt
fields
Hamlin says hi.
collapsing. Hey, Matt Hamlin, I missed your comment there. Let's get that on the
Long
screen.
time. Matt Hamlin used to watch the show all the time. Matt, you
He
get
did.
back on this, bud.
Matt, how you doing?
Hopefully, Matt, I don't know if you missed the entrance of the show, but if you did, dude, you missed a doozy. You missed the story of a lifetime. You really did.
You did, Matt.
Like,
you got to go back and
there
rewatch that.
There was God, Jesus, and then David's story from today. Those are the greatest stories ever told, right there. And then again, St. Peter's, you're like, David, come on,
David,
bro,
David.
we don't understand.
All right. So, aside from the fact that time travel is not possible because of the quantum singularity, Matt Hamlin also says, "I'm so busy lately, I'll rewatch." You need to, Matt. I'm telling you.
It's absolutely going to be worth your time. Absolutely going to be worth your time.
Okay. So here's my other problem with time travel into the past, especially because, as David said, how do you control where you're actually traveling to and from as you're traveling through time? Because here's something a lot of us don't really think about on a daily basis, unless you're a Time Lord and you can feel the movement of the universe around you. The Earth is actually spinning really, really fast. and it's traveling around the sun really, really fast. And the sun itself is traveling through the cosmos really, really fast. And our galaxy itself is traveling even further through the cosmos really, really fast. So, unless you can anchor onto a specific point in all of space time as you're traveling into the future or the past, if you travel even a second into the future or past without that anchor point, you're going to end up in outer space somewhere or in the middle of an asteroid or
Yeah.
possibly even in the middle
So
of the Earth. You're not going to be where you think you're going to be. It's a problem.
there is a movie. There is a movie that actually kind of tackles this.
Okay.
It's called Lost in Space. Now, I never watched the original.
So it was an old TV show, and then there was a movie with
it's an old TV
Jennifer Heather Graham. Thumbs up there. And then there was
Yes,
a
yes,
remake of the
and
TV
Matt
show
LeBlanc,
on Netflix.
yeah.
And the
Yes.
remake on the Netflix,
Not-
you got to watch that. It's actually a good series. But go ahead with the Matt LeBlanc.
I've watched some of it. But the Matt LeBlanc version, and I don't know Heather Graham. I mean, me
It's
and
funny
Matt
you say it's the Matt
aren't
LeBlanc
either,
version. I say it's the Heather Graham version. You can see where our priorities are there.
Yeah, yes. So I just figured it was a bigger name. But so that one, they are to basically energize their quantum drive, and they're going to somewhere, they don't know where. They're just going. Then they're going to set a portal, basically, that's going to create a quantum entangled window from our section here in the universe to some other random section in the universe. And then you can pass through that instantaneously. So I love that movie because it actually addressed and had at least a logical solution for quantum transportation. But
It
I don't know.
did. It did.
We can send messages in the past. So if one day I wake up and I bought Yahoo stock, then I sold it before they turned everybody down from buying them. And then I buy Google stock, and then I buy early into PayPal, and then I sell out to PayPal and buy into Tesla and X and all of those. We'll know that message worked.
All right. So by the way, Matt Hamlin says, sorry. He says, so apparently you guys have never watched Back to the Future. You just type in the date. So yeah, that sums it all up right there. But you have to go 88 miles, at least 88 miles per hour, and the flux capacitor has to be working. We're gonna work on that.
Yes.
So, David, I didn't actually...
There's a O'Reilly's Auto Parts. If you guys, there's a part number you can look up that actually is the flux capacitor.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
In their parts list.
Nice.
It's actually kind of funny.
I like it.
I like people with a good sense of humor.
What do they charge for the flux capacitor?
I have no clue. I think it's always out of stock.
All right, so I didn't actually get into how this works according to this article. So this article was influenced heavily by the movie Interstellar, which I have my own problems with. But aside from that, it says basically the science kind of works actually. So basically, you have two entangled particles, and as everyone obviously knows, two entangled particles can be on opposite sides of the universe. They're still entangled. So when one moves, the other one moves in conjunction. So they have
at the same time.
They have that connection that shouldn't be possible. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance, but they actually can communicate essentially across insane distances instantaneously. So here's what they're proposing in this article. They're saying that if you could slingshot an entangled particle near the speed of light, so it dilates time, whether you're sending a particle into the future, into the past, whatever, you can actually, the two particles are still entangled. So one of the particles could effectively be in the future, the other one's still effectively in the present, and they're still entangled in real time. Now, one of the difficult parts is, thanks to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, you can't know where a particle is moving or its action or its location or its action at the same time. You can't know either one, so you can't actually affect one.
You can't know both.
Right. So you can't affect the movement of one deliberately. Therefore, you can't actually deliberately send actionable data into the past yet. But they're saying they're working on it.
Yeah, they're going to do that while we're busy finding our luggage in airports in Japan.
All right, Matt Hamlin says FEL hyphen pro
Dash
engine
Pro engine water pump
gasket.
gasket.
Is that
Yeah,
the
we're here right now. Type it in the URL. Go to O'Reilly's Auto Parts.
so is this the flux capacitor?
That's the flux capacitor.
All right, I believe you.
Actually, Keith Edwards actually put a
Keith Edwards. Yeah, he put the
Kel Auto into it as well.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
So we've got our number one server here, and what was the name of that? What was the other whiskey that you were talking about? There's a Japanese. Nika. So we did Blanton's first. Let's do the Nika now.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we going to do another gentleman's cube as well?
Yes, please.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Thank you so much.
That is a
gentleman's
service cigar bar.
Oh, dude, I cannot say enough good things about this freaking place.
Nice. I approve.
I wish I could just walk around out here and show you. This room is the private room right here. I'm sitting at a table that's got a nice top on it, but if you take this off, it's a poker table.
Ooh,
or flip it or something like that, or something. This is the poker table that I'm sitting at. There's a leather couch over here, leather couch over there, some other seats over there, another seat, and then this wall and TV and everything back here. I mean, there's just, and then outside, the view, the way it's decorated and everything, it's just gorgeous. Then the humidor is about the same size, just a little bit smaller than this room here. I mean, it's a pretty big humidor. And it's, I have not been dissatisfied with anything that's come out of there yet.
Keith Edwards says, "Where in the world is David Leffingwell?"
Yep.
David, you got to remind Keith where you are. David is in El Paso. Yeah.
I'm in El Paso, and Keith, Keith, tell me you watched the opening of this show. Tell me you got to hear the story.
He didn't hear the story.
Because if not,
neither one of these guys were watching at the beginning of the show.
If not, you guys have to go back and watch the opening of the show.
So, David, give them just the headline of the story that you told, and then they can go back and rewatch the whole thing.
I don't know.
Because the headline is like pretty great.
I don't know. How do you? I'm gonna act like I'm Will, whatever the terrible writer is there, with just a headline that blows it out of the water. I don't know. How do we do this? No, because he writes stuff that just is not important at all. This would be a much more important story than what he did.
He says he got here about 15 after.
What, 15 minutes? I don't know if that was enough. But
he says he'll watch it. But I think you owe him a headline of the story because it's a pretty great story.
So okay, so you've heard the story, and I'm struggling here because my mind's still mush from the event itself. How would you capture that as a headline?
So-and-so versus so-and-so. Go back and rewatch the whole thing.
The Battle of El Paso.
Ooh, the Battle of El Paso. I like it. It sounds like a scene out of. It sounds like a scene out of Young Guns. Young Guns.
Old Western.
Emilio Estevez.
I wouldn't like Young Guns.
After a terrible accident.
Yeah. So the Battle of El Paso. The juggernauts of one-legged homeless Mexican man versus a well-dressed midget. Story
Keith,
at 11.
That's the story, and this actually happened where David is. So you need to go back and rewatch the whole beginning of the show so you can pick that up.
It was not in. Okay, first and foremost, it was not in the lounge. It was out on the street. Had nothing to do with this place. Very important to keep that front and center because I cannot say enough good things. But the owner was here. You know what? You guys go back and watch. It's too good to pass up. Okay. Do we have the flux capacitor pulled up?
I didn't pull it up. I believe them though. It sounds really cool. I like it.
All right. What do we got next?
All right, here we go. Here's one that drives me crazy. I know it's going to drive you crazy as well, David. If it'll come up.
All right, Keith, what are you smoking tonight? Because I know you're out in your gazebo having a cigar. What are you smoking and having a drink of tonight?
I'm jealous of you guys. All right, new driving rules in the EU could see new cameras installed in every car from July, targeting key safety concerns. So in the EU, and they're pushing this into. I know. The UK isn't technically part of the EU yet, but they still follow the rules.
Thank God for Brexit. Thank God for Brexit.
Yeah, it was Brexit happened, but new leadership, they're not a fan of that, so they're just going to go along with the EU anyway. So anyway, new EU rules are pushing through from July.
Isn't the new leadership getting booted already?
There are rumors. He's not going anywhere. He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to be shoved out manually. He's not gonna leave of his own volition. But
They're not very far off from that. Okay, so go ahead. Sorry.
new EU rules from July onward are going to require cameras in all new cars to these cameras can do a number of different things. They're going to see if the driver's impaired. They're actually going to have mood sensors to see if like the driver's like just raving and mad and angry. It's going to disable the car. If the cameras think that you are inebriated, it's going to disable the car. If the cameras can see that you're a person who doesn't have a valid driver's license, it's going to disable the car. If the cameras can see that somebody in the government just doesn't like you that day, or they think you're going someplace because of social media posts that they don't want you to go, they're going to disable your car. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is actually something that's happening in all EU countries and the UK, even though the UK isn't technically part of the EU. And if it works in there, if it works in the European countries, guess what? It will be coming to
Canada.
a country near you. And by that, I mean Canada, and then eventually the US. It's going to happen.
It's not coming to the U.S. We got too many guns here. They can't do it. We're not giving up our guns. That's the only way they get away with this stuff is because they gave up their guns.
So, David, did you know that Ford actually took out...
This just makes me want to buy more guns.
Ford actually took out a U.S. patent for these same cameras for U.S. use in the U.S. Ford actually has that patent. They own the IP on this technology.
Hey, Ford, are you looking to... let's take a look at Bud Light. Let's take a look at Target. Let's take a look at Cracker Barrel. Those are going to be a drop in the bucket of what will happen to you.
Yeah.
If you even leak one thought. In fact, you should abandon the patent.
So Ford being the all-American truck company, guess what?
Yeah.
By the way, Keith says, up in the office, had a Tatuaje, skinny
Tatuaje.
monster earlier.
Tatuaje, it's a cigar.
Tatuaje, skinny monster earlier, and finishing my Yingling and heading to bed. Might have to go downstairs and grab a pour of 107 for the rest of the session. Keith, I salute you, and I'm jealous.
Nice. I approve of the 107.
Yeah, totally.
I'm still having trouble getting that bottle. I have found more of the single barrels, which is the orange label, which is theoretically harder to get than the antique 107.
Yeah.
But I can find those almost anytime I want now. And I haven't seen a 107 in probably close to a year now, maybe even over. That I can just walk in and go, hey, I want to buy that.
Yeah, really. So maybe Keith can hook you up.
Well, or start sending me stuff to my house. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay. So what we know here is that a massive revolution is being primed in the UK right now, and that's going to make the Reign of Terror look like a day at Disney World.
Well, so on top of this, David, so this isn't even part of this news article, but guess what? As a fan of conspiracy theories, I don't always believe all of them, but I do think there's some truth in a lot of them, and when they seem to be interconnected in weird ways, I think we should pay attention. The king actually had a speech at the opening of Parliament yesterday, I think it was, and he mentioned, so last year, overwhelmingly, the British people voted down digital ID. They said, we don't want it, we want nothing to do with it. They overwhelmingly voted for this. Well, guess what? The king had his speech, and he said in his speech, just nonchalantly, that his government will be moving forward with digital ID to make communicating with the government more effective. It's a terrible paraphrase, but they're moving forward with digital ID because the king said so. So they're doing it, even though the people voted it down. And guess what? Digital ID.
What's his name? What's his name?
Hang on. Wait. Digital ID is the first step. Digital ID is the first step, and then guess what? Once you have digital ID in place, guaranteed 100%. CBDC is on its way. Central bank digital currency is on its way. Meaning, it's all tied together. If at any point somebody in a high place doesn't want you to go somewhere or do something or buy something, they can turn off your money. They can turn off your ability to contact government agencies. In the UK, they have national health care. They can turn off your access to health coverage. All of this stuff is connected. And guess what? If it's all connected to a camera in your car, and they say, hey, we don't want you driving into London today because there could be some unrest, some civil unrest. We don't need you driving in there that day. We're just going to turn off your car. If you see you get into the car, we're just going to make it not work anymore. It's all connected, man. Look, it sounds like I should be wearing a tinfoil hat, but it is all connected. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's the UK
Out
government.
of curiosity, do you have a tinfoil hat?
I need to get one. I really need to make one. I want a tinfoil hat. I want a hat and cover it with tinfoil. But David, am I wrong though? Am I wrong?
I need you to make a custom.
Yeah, I sound
Not on
crazy.
all of it.
It sounds
Not on all of it.
crazy.
But
How many times, David, how many times just in the last
looking-
12 months have conspiracy theories been proven right?
I'm
the last
not
12
saying
months.
that you are wrong. I'm saying that kings are only kings as long as the people allow them to be king.
Well, in the modern world,
And
if the king can turn off your money,
warning to everybody out there.
in the
And
modern
when I
world, if
said
the
that
king
it's
can
gonna
turn
be
off
a
your money, can
revolution-
turn off your car, can turn off your access to all ability to go anywhere or do anything or buy anything.
And that everything can be manipulated. If they try to shut off my money today, fine. I'm going to have a job that pays in cash by tomorrow morning. I'm going to be working and trading labor and goods. I'm going to make your whole entire system useless, and I'm going to take more and more and more people that direction. And I'm telling you, they're setting themselves. Wow, we have gotten it tonight on the political part of our non-political show. They are preparing themselves for a massive civil revolution over there. And again, a day at Disneyland is what at Disneyland down in Florida. Just to piss off my wife, in case she's watching, I call Disneyland in Florida. It's the French Revolution, the Reign of Terror is going to look tame compared to what is going to happen over there.
But David, so you mentioned
I said it last week, man.
But you mentioned I need a tinfoil hat. All the things that are connected, all these little
Go
puzzle
ahead.
pieces are connected. Am I wrong though? You say I need a tinfoil hat.
You
Am I
got shut
wrong?
off.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It froze for a moment. They were debating on whether they're going to cut us off or not.
So
Yeah,
all the stuff that you say I need a
Can you hear
tinfoil
me?
hat for with what's happening right now. Am I wrong?
whether you're right or wrong doesn't change the fact that you need a tinfoil hat. I'm not saying
You're not
wrong.
willing to admit that I'm right. You're just
I'm
not
saying
willing to
you're
admit that
wrong.
I'm right on
just
this.
saying that there's a break. No, I said you're not wrong. That means you're right by default. But yes, there is connection. There is absolute terrible things that people can do with this. The problem is that's the only outcome, and that's not. And that, unfortunately, for some of these idiots over there and idiots out there, even in our own country, that's not your way is not the only outcome. And I'm not saying your way, West. I'm saying their way.
Yeah, and look, because I'm coming from a guy.
You think is going to happen when all the world is utopias?
Right. Because here's the thing. I don't want civil unrest. I don't want to see any country go to war or civil war. I don't want anything to, and I don't want people to take up arms against any government. I don't want any of that. I want people to live happily and freely. And we lost David. Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay, all of this conspiracy theory talk got David kicked off the show. So David, if you're able to make it back, we can stop talking about politics and get back to the main topic of the show. We do have a main topic of the show, by the way. So David might call back in. We'll see. Uh-oh. Let me... This actually happened before. We were talking about big data, and I mentioned a few things that we shouldn't have talked about online. And honestly, my whole computer crashed. It was weird. We were talking about big data, and I mentioned a really specific controversial news item that happened with Facebook, with Meta. And right after I said it, I was like, can I say that online? And immediately, the stream went down. The cursor on my computer, David saw this, he'll attest to it. The cursor on my laptop started going crazy, just wiggling by itself all over the place. And then my whole laptop crashed. We had to restart the stream and come back. And I'm not saying Zark Zuckerberg, the alien version of Mark Zuckerberg, shut us down. But something weird happened. So I'm going to text David right now to see if he can come back online. I'm not sure if he realizes he got shut off. Hang on. Because this is very exciting for everybody watching and listening. Um, all right, there you go. Delivered. He says he's waiting. You're not waiting. All right. Okay, so there he is. Let's see if he comes back online. David, we started talking about stuff they didn't want us to talk about.
They
And they shut us
they
down
didn't want the
again.
people to hear. They don't want
shut
you
us
to
down
know that
again.
there's an alternative to this.
Keith says, "Oh
Anyway.
no, it's because I went to tap the 107. That's what it was, Keith. You killed us."
Yeah, they're like, no, don't drink all the 107. Save some for Dave.
But no, David,
Anyway.
I was just telling the story about how when we were doing the big data show, and I said,
Yeah.
"Hey, I can't. Can I say that online?" And this whole stream went down immediately.
Yeah.
Like the timing couldn't have been
Oh,
more
we're
perfect.
watching this. Oh, the number of lists that we're on is just insane.
We're
It's
100%
insane.
on lists. So I was actually
Absolutely. You got the lists.
I don't spend a lot of time on social media. I think it's a cesspool. I hate it. But I was looking at some stuff on social media today, and apparently, so in a like next month, I think, or the end of this month, there's a big Unite the UK rally that's happening, and there were some influencers from all around the world who were going to fly in, be part of this event, and they've actually been banned from traveling to the UK because they don't want these people, these outside voices, coming in and being a part of these rallies in the UK. And here's the thing: look, I actually kind of agree with the idea. If you're speaking up against the government of a country, the government has a right to say, we don't want you in our country. We don't want you riling up our people. Now, I agree with the people in this case, and I would love to see these voices being heard in the UK. But at the same time, I think about the US. There are some people we don't want in the US speaking up against our country, and we have a right to say, hey, guess what? We don't want you coming into the country right now. UK has the same right. So I'm kind of torn a little bit, but apparently the UK is actually banning people. And I have a feeling, David, we might be on that list. You and I might be on that list.
We might be on a couple lists.
Keith says
I'm okay-
he'll
I'm
share it
okay
with you,
with that.
David.
My collar keeps going down here. Everybody, I'm sorry. I don't have a collar stay in this in either one of them actually. Right. So I'm so I do apologize for appearing upon the show in such a disheveled state.
You should be ashamed, David.
I'm still in shock from the battle royale yesterday. It's got me in the head. So we have a topic.
We do actually have a main topic. It's actually a topic that we sort of held over for a couple of weeks.
And to be honest, it's a topic we talk about quite often. And even to the people here, I was saying, this is a task that you need to do. And in my opinion, I'm not going to call it humble because I'm not a humble guy.
You're not humble.
In my not so humble opinion, it's probably your number one or two thing. Okay, if you don't have this, whatever your number one thing is, if you don't have this, that number one thing almost doesn't matter.
Right.
It's important to understand that. That's how important knowing who your core customers are. And we've called it customer avatars, customer profiles. Take your pick of whichever one you want to do there. But it is tonight's show. We're going to revisit probably our favorite topic in all of business is customer avatars or customer profiles.
Right. So a customer profile, a customer persona, customer avatar. And you can talk to different people who I've even talked to some snobs and they're like, oh, these are three completely different things. And it's essentially the same thing. So in a nutshell, before we get into the reason why you actually need this, and if you run any business, if you're involved in sales, in marketing, or managing any kind of company, you need to know your customer avatar, customer profile, customer persona. Basically, it is understanding who your customer is, how you're supposed to speak to them, how you're supposed to communicate with them. Because as I've always said, you're not going to talk to your grandmother the same way you're going to talk to a frat boy, right? Your core customer, your core demographic, is going to have a very specific profile, and you build an avatar around that profile. You're going to give the profile a name. You're going to treat it like a person. When I was working at a bigger company, in actual meetings with the top executives, they would actually speak about the customers as a whole, and they would call the customers Jenny. Hey, what would Jenny like? What would Jenny say? What would Jenny like to hear over here? What kind of sales would she like to have? Because they built their customer profile around this profile, this avatar. And it was all built on real data they had on their customers. And they chose the name Jenny because it was the most common female name in their database. And most of the customers they had were females. They said, this is the most, this is the average of all the data we have into a singular persona. And David, we've been talking about customer avatars since episode 1.
Oh yeah, it's been very important. We're in 306.
306,
like that.
306 weeks in a row.
Yeah, 306 episodes, 306 weeks in a row. We've been talking, and there are a few of them out there that don't have customer avatars in them. A few. The Harry Potter show probably didn't have it in there. The trivia nights, but even that. I mean, those are our goof off nights. But almost every other one that we get into, we really start talking about the business and growing business. Is if we don't call it out by name, it's implied in there, because knowing who you're talking to is extremely important, and knowing how you're going to resonate with that person is extremely important. So, I mean, it has been a long run on this topic, and for a reason. We see this miss. We see this miss over and over and over, and it's not people starting up. It's not. I mean, rephrase that. It's not only people starting up. There are some rather big names we've called out. There's no reason to recapitulate tonight, but we've talked about some big names out there that have kind of forgot who their core customer is. Now, I love. So Wes is all about the Venn diagrams. I love the bell curve. I really do, because the bell curve very quickly tells you who your core customer is.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do something that's going to alienate that core customer, you're going to have some major losses. We've seen some. Ford, listen.
Well,
listen,
yeah.
It's very important. You will alienate your core customer. Your company will go bankrupt. This will be worse than all of them.
Over the last decade or so, every major, corporate faux pas has been related to a big company, forgetting their core customer, forgetting their core demographic, forgetting their customer avatar. They bring in these people into their marketing departments, into their mid-level
leadership.
VP, even executive leadership. Look at Harley Davidson, into their top-level executive leadership in some cases. And they're like, okay, look, people love us over here. Let's forget about these people. We already own this. Let's focus on these people over here. Guess what? These people over here will never love you. They don't care about you. They actively hate you. In the meantime, you've alienated all of these people over here. What are you looking at?
I'm sorry. Keith just made a comment. And
right,
for anybody that drinks whiskey or bourbon specifically, you guys should get a giggle.
All right, smooth and oaky. Smooth and oaky, notes of caramel, anise, and butterscotch.
It's pronounced anise, but okay.
Anise, got it. I've always pronounced it anise. That would explain a lot at the black licorice conventions I go to.
Yes, indeed. But that's because you're anyway. That's because you're talking about you love it when you're licking it, and it's just the people get
because you go to a licorice convention, you say I love the flavor of anus in the morning, and it's you get weird looks, you get strange looks,
as you should. Now back to
by the way, it is anise, and by the way, black licorice has the flavor of anise. It's a joke.
Yes, it is. It's a great joke. I'm glad you took it.
Keith says spoke like a true Irishman. Yes.
Or with one goat. Anyway,
You orange bastards. All right.
so there's a phrase that and I did some econ classes. I did a couple things here and there. I never went for degrees or whatnot, but I did do some classes. I did learn some stuff, and there was this term that just kept coming up in all these classes. And this is what they're teaching. Okay, this is what they're teaching people, and it was really the class that really I remember this from. I was thinking about getting what they call an integrated MBA at the time, where you do your MBA work and your undergrad work kind of all at the same time. So you're in school for less, but it's a heavier, harder course load,
Mm-hmm.
and it's ceteris paribus.
Hmm.
I had to look it back up here because I'd forgotten what it was. But in our terms, that's called all else being equal. They're saying that they can move 100% of their marketing. Everything else outside of this is going to stay the same. Ceteris paribus, right? All else is going to be equal. So everything over here is going to stay the same. We're just going to do this over here and add to the money, not understanding that when they do this, it's going to piss off the people that are paying the money over here, and they're going to stop paying the money. So there's no such thing as all else being equal, first and foremost.
Right.
Anybody who understands even the basics of macroeconomics understands that there's a ripple from nearly everything. And I'm going to drill this down to a Pokemon card or a Magic the Gathering card or a what's the little stuffed animal things?
Beanie Babies?
The Beanie Babies.
Okay.
The most expensive Beanie Baby in the world is worth $0.25 to me. I could care less.
Something's only as valuable as somebody's willing to pay for it.
Yes. An item is only as valuable as what somebody is willing to pay for it. Now,
right.
Something as small as a Beanie Baby, Magic the Gathering card, a Pokemon card, other collectibles. So we're going to go something, very small, person-to-person transaction. That person-to-person transaction, if I get a person, let's say there's only 50 of these Beanie Babies out there, and I get somebody to buy number 50 for $100,000.
Okay.
Now I've got 49 ripples that are now elevated up to that level. Now the collection can be brought up too. So I love the people who go, well, in microeconomics, like there's no such thing as microeconomics. It is all macro. The interconnection of this world is beyond belief. Let's say you grow beets in your, you have a garden, you're growing beets. I don't know why you're growing, or cabbages, because we talk about avatars. And if you guys get the joke between the avatar and the cabbages, you can be a friend of mine.
I don't get it.
We're done.
I'm not a James Cameron fan. Okay, go ahead.
It's The Last Airbender, bro. This is not James Cameron.
Cabbages in The Last Airbender in the movie?
Cabbages, yeah. Oh,
wait, in the movie or the cartoon?
The cartoons, man.
Okay.
The
I was thinking
the live action stuff is trash.
I was thinking James Cameron's Avatar. I was like, I don't.
You're talking about blue people. Yeah, you're talking about blue people.
Were there cabbages on Pandora? I don't remember that part. Okay, go ahead.
No, not cabbages. Anyway, so you're raising cabbages, and you could disrupt what you would consider a small market with that. But that ripples and ripples and ripples and ripples and up. There's no such thing as true microeconomics. Everything is macro. Everything is interconnected. So again, this whole all things being equal, it doesn't exist. So if there's many things you should take from this show. First of all, we're going to talk a lot of trash and things that are probably going to put in jail at some point in our life. But the business part of it, there's a couple things. Know who you're talking to. Know who your customer avatars are. Know who your customers are. And there's no such thing as all else being equal. If you're going to make a change, you need to understand what the impact to your current customers and the people that are bringing the money to the table. You need to understand that there is an impact, either positive or negative, that is going to happen with them. It does not happen over here in a vacuum.
100%, absolutely. And most companies already have the data; they just don't realize it. By the way, Keith Edwards says we need to do an Irish flag shot when I get to Columbus. So what is that? The 29th? We're doing the
29th of
Hopper
June.
House. 29th of June. We're
Yeah,
gonna be at
I
Hopper
let
House.
the I let the people from Hopper House know tonight that we were going to be in there, and we're going to start looking for some music. We're going to try, we're going to make it we're going to make it put out a spread, make it nice, be nice, be good.
So if you're in the Central Ohio area, come to Hopper House on the 29th. It's gonna be an awesome time. We're not doing the show that night. I think we're just having fun, right?
I think we're just having fun. I don't think we're doing a show.
Right.
We could do a show, but
What
if
day
we
is the
do a
29th?
show,
I'm
then we're
gonna
not.
let's see.
Then it's a Monday. It's Monday.
Yeah, we're
But if
not
we
we're
do
not
a
doing the show
show,
on
then
Monday.
we're up on stage. Then we do then we're up on stage and not with the
Wait, no,
Keith.
29th
So
of
I'm
wait,
actually going.
29th of June. I was looking at May. Yeah, 29th is Monday. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're just
Okay.
having fun.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
We're gonna have fun.
everybody come on
But
out June
we're gonna
29th
see
to
if we can
Hopper
get some
House.
music. Yeah.
It'll be good.
Yeah,
Yes,
I let
Keith,
him
we
know
will do
today.
shots. What's an Irish flag shot? I don't know that one. I know an Irish car
I don't know.
bomb.
Yeah, I don't know that one. I don't know. Yeah.
Keith, what's in an Irish
Okay,
flag
well,
shot?
but do you know that an Irish car bomb's a drink?
I no, I thought we were just gonna blow some shit up and have some fun. But
All
yeah,
right.
we can
All
drink
right.
and
All
then blow
right.
some shit up. That'll be fun too. Keith Edwards says he needs to meet the West Chuck Carnahan, and you're right, Keith, you do. Yeah, it's funny because
So
Keith and I have spoken online a lot. I've never actually met the guy in person.
really, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've never
absolutely.
had the opportunity. All
Yeah,
right.
he was. We had a small chance of. You guys missed a great opportunity. Was it last week when you were up? Yeah,
Yeah, it
we were
was
in
last
Canada
last
last week.
week. I
Yeah,
was in yeah.
yeah. So last week we had a very small chance that we were going to be able to call a national title game for some Super Smash Brothers.
That would have been cool.
That we were going to be able to do. So unfortunately, the guy didn't make it. He needs to practice more. Hopefully, we can do it next year. But we had a chance to do this. Now, Wes and I are not novices at Super Smash Bros. We hosted a Super Smash Brothers tournament
We
for
did.
the youth group at a Masonic lodge, and
Yeah.
that was probably one of the most well-attended Masonic events that I have ever seen.
There were a lot of young guys
Wonderful,
there, and it was
wonderful guy.
we were doing some great things that year. I won't say anything beyond that, but that was a lot of fun. That event was a lot of fun.
It was a huge amount of fun. Now, there's a couple things we learned. Uh, like you got to play on this team, you got to play on that team, and
Yeah.
well, we lost, and anybody that put us on their team also lost because
Nobody wants us playing on their team. Period. Ever.
Yeah. So it's called Super Smash Brothers, but we called it Super Smash Buttons because that's all we could do. That's literally all we could do. But you guys you missed it by just a hair last week that we were going to be at the Laser Arena, which is the community or the college where Keith is the head coach for the esports team, and we were going to be able to do some calling on that, and that would have been blast because we would have made up names for moves, and
Which would have been
hey, we don't know the characters either, so we've been like Pink Marshmallow guy
right.
just did a ninjutsu. We call that the bishop's crusty sock. Things like that. I mean, it would have been insane.
That actually would be fun, and one of these days we're gonna do it, and it's gonna be awesome. By the way, Keith says here's the recipe for the Irish flag shot. Okay, there are 2 recipes, layered, 1/2 ounce Irish cream creme de menthe, Irish cream liqueur, and Grand Mariner. I know it's not pronounced that, but I like saying that. Or 1/2
I'll let it
ounce of Midori, Bailey's, and Jameson.
I'll take the first one, please. I'll take
I'll
the
try.
first
You know
one. I
what?
want nothing to do with that. I want
I'll
nothing
have
to do
one
with
of
that
each.
second.
I'll have one of each.
But does Bailey's and Jameson go together? I don't even know what Midori is. I don't know what
David,
the hell that is.
There's one way to find out.
We could drink it.
That's one way to find out.
I don't know what the hell Midori is. Anyway,
See, and here's the thing,
so
David. After doing some of those shots, then you're like, now's the time for Irish car bombs. And then it's like, then confusion sets in. You're like, okay, are we blowing shit up, or are we just drinking some more? The two don't have to be
Yeah.
mutually exclusive. All right. So then he
I'm
says
saying
we'll
we
set
could-
that up for
I'm-
next
yeah,
year.
I'm saying we could put- Excellent. All right. So back to customer avatars. We've
Yes,
talked about
customer
it. We
avatar.
went into it. Wes has prepared for us an elaborate.
It's not that elaborate.
elaborate.
I actually broke it up into
Uh,
2 shows. Next week is we're going to show you how to build a customer avatar. This week we're just going to tell you why it's important because they are really,
All
really
right.
important.
Super
first one-
important, folks.
No, some of these numbers are actually really, really, really good. Like, really convincing, at least to me, because I'm a numbers nerd. So, improved targeting and higher revenue. Using personas can result avatars can result in 5 to 8 times higher ROI, return on investment, for marketing. With studies showing companies that use them can outperform competitors by 85%. Like, if that doesn't convince you, nothing will. 5 to 8 times higher ROI and 85% above your competitor. Like, that should convince everybody right there. We could stop right
Yeah,
here
absolutely.
and say that's.
Well, I'm going to give examples. I'm going to
Yeah.
give examples right now. I am in sales. I use these tactics. I close every single year way above my numbers. Way
Mhm.
above. Last year, one of my numbers for everybody knows I deal with the lithium-ion battery safety stuff, right? I was over 200% of my number for last year, and I do that also on years where everybody's doing well. You know, smooth seas, great sailing, right?
Right.
But I also close at super high numbers, between 30 to 50% over my number standard, on years where everybody else can struggle to get 70 or 75% of their number.
Yeah.
The reason for that is I focus on customer avatars. I do not take a spray and pray approach. I don't want to waste my time.
Mhm.
There's an old story, and it was, I'm going to boil it down to a quote. I think it's Abraham Lincoln. That said, might have been Washington. So Washington or Lincoln, one of the two. So somebody can search this up and give me the answer for that. Would be great. But it was, if you give me 8 hours to chop down a tree, I'm going to spend the first 4 hours sharpening my axe.
That's Abraham Lincoln. That's a great quote.
Yeah, and yeah, I had to hedge there, but I was pretty sure it was Abraham Lincoln, and that's what I do. So sometimes you can see me. I'll be at home and I'll be doing dishes or doing something else, and it may look to a casual passerby that he's just goofing off, those work from home people. But no, I'm sharpening my axe. I'm thinking through this after this after this after this, so that when I sit down to do this for my 4 hours, or usually 8 to 10 hours, that it's ready to go. I've thought it through, and I've applied this customer avatar, this customer profile to that thought. So I'm not going to take certain things to all of my customers. That's just a waste of time. It's a waste of their time, waste of my time. Nobody benefits from that. But I'm going to take it to these. So if I've got 100 customers and I've identified 6 of them,
Mhm.
I'm going to get more money or more return. I hate to say money, but I'm going to get more return on those
yeah.
6 customers
Mhm.
out of 1 hour versus less return and it will be less, because you're not going to, because when you're focused on those 6 people, you can really focus on those 6 people. You can have really good, rich conversations,
Yeah.
and valuable conversations with those
Well,
6
raving
people.
fans. That's what it comes back to.
Raving fans, exactly. Raving fans, 1,000 true fans. It's the same thing. So definitely sharpen that axe. And sometimes it doesn't look productive, but trust me, as a person who does this every single day, it is wild. What I'm doing, I'm in El Paso. I'm not going to go into details. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing, where I'm doing it. But I'm out here, I'm sharpening somebody else's axe right now.
Right. Yeah.
I'm out here
Well-
doing work for somebody else, with somebody else, to sharpen their axe. And I know that that's going to pay wild dividends over the next 3 and 5 and even up to 15 years out. This is going to be a great market for me.
Oh, absolutely. By the way, Keith wants you to help him fix his humidor. He says the 107 is here when we fix my humidor. So
Yes, we'll get
a
that
good
done.
humidor it'll last you a lifetime. I have a humidor over there. I won that humidor on a raffle. There was a cigar shop locally, and it's a really nice humidor. Remember Don Diego Playboy? So Don Diego, I don't even think
I
Don
do
Diego's
not.
around anymore. So they had a line called Playboy. It
Okay.
was like Hugh Hefner, like his autograph was on the band. It was, um,
Well, nice.
but a really nice humidor, and so had the logo on the top and everything. And if you bought one of these cigars, you had an entry into this raffle to win this humidor. I really wanted this humidor. I also like cigars, and the Don Diego Playboys were actually really good back in the day. And I said, "Hey, how many of these do I have to buy just to take this home right now?" He's like, "If you buy every one of those cigars in there, you can just have it." And there were like 15 cigars in there. It wasn't a big deal at the time. So I was like, "That's fine. I'll just buy all these and take the humidor." He's like, "Okay, cool." So I got the humidor and I got all the cigars. And I still have some of those Don Diego Playboys from like seriously
The
those
next
those
time
might
I'm in,
be yeah. Those
next time I'm
Don
in,
Diego
we're smoking one of those.
those Don Diego Playboys might be 20 years old. I'm not exaggerating.
Oh, I want, yes.
They might be 20
I
years old
want.
in that humidor. This humidor is so good that I replace the humidifying fluid like once a year. Like
Okay.
it's so good. You can lift up the lid. It's a heavy lid. You can drop it completely, and you can hear the air cushion hit when the lid lands. It's like,
Okay.
and it slowly lowers down. Like it's an amazing humidor. So yeah, we'll smoke those when we come back into town. But anyway, let's see. Did you pose for the centerfold? I don't know what that's referring to, but yes, I did, Keith. Oh, the Don Diego Playboy. Uh, yeah, you ought to see me in the centerfold. I look pretty good. Anyway, so customer avatars. Um, Beyond just the ROI, it's a deeper understanding of your customer. So, like we said, you actually learn from all the data that you have through surveys, extra information you can get about your customers, your potential customers even, and you can go beyond just a demographic. You get into the psychographics of your customers, which very few customers do, or very few companies do. And the
Yeah.
psychographics can many times be more important than demographics, right?
I,
Uh,
I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna not hedge on that. I'm not
yeah,
gonna hedge. I'm gonna say it is more important.
sure,
The
absolutely.
why, the why is, we know the demographics, age, male, female. That's easy. Okay, great. Uh, the geographic, the where. Okay, that's also very good. These are very important things to have and know and understand.
Sure they
But
are.
the why, if you take the time to understand the why, you are going to be. I'll do another double Blanton's. Yes, thank you.
You didn't care for the Japanese whiskey that much?
It was good. It was a little more mellow than I was looking for. So
I
would
get
have
it.
set that on top of the laptop over there.
So anyway, the why, like you were saying.
The why, yeah. So the why is to me. It's to me. I'm not going to hedge. Is the most important. The why is going to pay you the best return on investment, without a doubt. In my book, without a doubt.
Right.
You crack the why, you've got an instant connection and an instant way to communicate with your core customers. And if you connect with that why, that's gonna build your bell curve much higher.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So now that you understand your customer, you understand their why, targeted messaging and content becomes so much easier. Like I said, you're not going to talk to your grandmother the same way you're going to talk to a frat boy. You know how to speak to your customer. You know the language they speak. You know their interests. You know what the things, the reason why they're buying or even interested in your product. Um, One of the very important things about a customer avatar is building this into a person. And we're going to show you this next week when we show you how to actually build one. But you're going to give this person not just a name, you're going to give them a day job. Do they have kids? Do they have a spouse? Do they have, any hobbies? Do they have interests? What social media platforms are they on? How often are they on social media platforms? And all of these things come together into this full picture of this person who you know how to speak to now. You understand their why and why they are doing what they're doing, why they're buying your product, why they might be interested. And that then gets into improved decision making, how they are making certain decisions, and how you can, I don't mean this in a shady way, but there's no other way to say it, how you can influence their decision making process in your favor. It sounds shady, it sounds shitty,
I don't think
and
it's
if
shady
you're
at all. I don't think it's shady at all.
well, when you
It's
say
our
it like
goal.
that,
It's what
though,
we're here for.
because people
It's
don't
our
want to feel
goal. It's what we're here for.
manipulated. People don't want to feel manipulated, but at the same time, as a business owner, it's your job to speak to your customers and to get them to understand that you're on the same page.
Yeah.
It's not manipulative, it's understanding people. And we all do it on a personal level. You know, if you're out and there's a group of friends that you want to get associated with and you want to learn more about them, guess what? It's not uncommon for you to take up the same habits and speaking, mannerisms, speaking cadence, hobbies that those people will do, and you'll have more in common with them, so you can do more with them in the future. It's the same thing. We all do it.
There's another phrase we've used for that in the past. Like, show me your 5 closest friends. I'll show you your future. Something like that. Something along
There's
those lines.
so much truth in that. That's absolutely true. Show me your
Yeah.
5 closest friends. I will show you your future. If you're hanging out with a bunch of scumbags, guess what? You're not going anywhere. If you show me good, upstanding people, guess what? You're gonna do good things. Now, you might not always. You might be an outlier. But, if you surround yourself with people who are going to call you out if you're doing shitty things. I know for a fact, if I was doing something immoral, David would be the first one to say, dude, you can't do that. That's not cool, man.
So quick. It's so quick.
So look, here's the meme online. If you show up with a body in a trunk, the meme is like your true bro isn't going to ask you any questions. He's going to grab a shovel and go with you. David is my best friend, but if I killed a dude, I would never ever go to David. He would 100% turn me into the cops because he's a good person, and that's what we love about David. But he's not the guy I go to if I show up, if I have a body in my trunk.
Yeah, don't do that, because the best thing for you is to get turned in without a fight, not later. You're going to have again, this goes back to a couple episodes ago, we talked about negotiating from a position of power. And if you get caught in a meth lab in a trailer home out on an Indian reservation, you're not going to be operating from a position of power.
But here's the thing. David is a much better person than me because he proved it tonight with the fight he witnessed. I would laugh my ass off and grab a camera after helping the guy back into his wheelchair, of course. Go back and watch the beginning of the show if you don't get the reference.
Yeah, one more would be great.
But if David showed up to my house with a body in the trunk, I would probably grab a shovel. David, I know for a fact, would not, and that's fine. I'm okay with that dynamic, and that is why we work so well together, because we're not the same guy. We're different guys.
Yeah.
But David, just so you know, if you ever kill a dude, if you show up at my house and say, hey, don't ask any questions. We got to go take care of some business. We can never talk about this again after tonight. I would go.
No,
I'm not.
I'd already be at the police station. Like, look here, this is what happened. That dead guy in my car. Now we got to take care of this.
And David's a much smarter man than I.
Turning myself in. Let's get some negotiated surrender terms.
Yes.
Let's get some.
And David's a much smarter person than I, and I appreciate that, and that's one of the reasons we work so well together. But again, understand your target audience. I don't know how that's a weird tangent. Understand your target audience, and you can understand how to
know
speak
which
with
one
them.
of them. Yeah, know which customer you can take a dead body to.
Hang on. So Keith says, hang on.
He says that to me.
Hang on. He says, you have to relate to your customer to keep that relationship intact, to keep your business thriving. Absolutely, Keith. Keith gets it. Keith is a true one. He understands. Then he says, that's why I consider Dave one of my closest friends, because he keeps you honest, Keith. Frankly, it's true. I would be if I surrounded myself with scumbags, I would fall into that world very, very quickly, because my mind works in some not so nice ways sometimes. Keith then says, that's me. Keith, are you on David's honest guy side, or are you on my side where it's like, you know what? I'll help a bro bury a body.
Grab the shovel. Now remember, when you bury the body, you don't bury it super.
And then he says, "Nice pour, Dave." So he appropriates your pour on the blends.
That's not my pour. This is served to me.
David, they're taking care of
from
you at this
the-
place.
Dude, I can't.
What's the
I'm
name
telling
of
you,
this place
isn't a
again?
commercial, bro.
We need a full endorsement for this place.
Something. It's one of those and names. I gotta pull it back up here. For some reason, I have Eddie's cigars pulled up. I don't know what the hell happened there.
It's not Eddie's. It's like
not.
rust and something.
Smolder and brass.
Smolder and brass. I was thinking oxidation, but smolder and brass. All right.
Yeah, smolder and brass, and the place is absolutely freaking gorgeous. Like, this is the least of the. I mean, this is the private room. They're not done in here. This is not open to somebody that normally, like, their regular patrons don't just get to come in here. They're having custom lockers put in this room and everything. This is a super high spot.
I love the custom lockers.
the
I
place.
love the custom lockers. Yeah.
Me too. So they're going to have them put in. They have I cannot think of the name of it, but I can tell you that the person that they're having doing it is the same person that Kirby Allison used to do his.
Yeah.
So it's not some second-rate spot. They did
That's
the humidor
awesome.
over there. They're going to do the custom lockers humidor as well, and the bar up there is great. Texas is still a little hard to get a hold of bourbons, so you don't get a ton of them out here. But they had Blanton's on the shelf, so I did that, and they had that's the operative word, Buffalo Trace. But I've been here for 4 days, so they no longer have
So
Buffalo Trace.
you've killed their supply of Buffalo Trace. I understand.
And I had Blanton's the first I had one. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going to be here, and it's not super easy to get a good bourbon all over Texas. And I was like, I'm going to be here on Wednesday for the podcast. I better not drink all the Blantons tonight. So I have intentionally not been drinking the Blantons so that I could have it. Have
That
it tonight, so.
is awesome. By the way, Keith says the one with the shovel. So Keith, you and I are on the same level. Keith, if you ever show up at my house with a body in the trunk, you know who to come to. Me, not David. And then he says, hell yeah, more 107. Approve, Keith.
So-
we approve.
You guys would fit right in with. So I started watching this television show called Yellowstone, and
I haven't gotten into
every
that yet
episode,
because there's so many spin-offs. Like, I don't want to get into something that's going to take me a year to finish. I want to get. I don't know. I'm not there yet.
yeah, it's great. It's great storytelling. It's great things, but my lord, if you work on a ranch in Montana, I think my AirPod may have just died. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, good. I can't hear you, but you can hear me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it in the charger here. I'm gonna flip this one and put in my ear over here because I'm deaf.
There you go. Can you hear me still?
Oh, I still can't hear you.
You can't hear me? All
I'm
right.
gonna charge. And anyway, I can do this. I can't hear what people say half the time. I can make it through a bit of a podcast with not hearing.
We make it work. David is literally deaf in one ear, so when his one AirPod goes out, he's done.
Where are we at here? Sound. Oh, I gotta click a button.
All right, click the button. Let me know if you can hear me.
There we are.
Can you hear me?
I clicked the button. I can.
All right, fair enough.
And my AirPods are back in here charging.
I keep going back and forth because I have one in, and then I switch the other one when that one dies. So you can't do that, though.
Option. Yeah, I just put both of them in because that's the only way the noise canceling works.
All right, so go ahead with Yellowstone and Burying
Montana,
Bodies.
If you live in Montana, you work on a range in Montana, odds are you're going to get killed because I don't know that there's been a single episode where somebody wasn't murdered.
Right,
I mean, the whole thing is it's all about killing people. I don't get it.
I am not an ex-Navy SEAL, despite what many of you may think. I am not 6'7", despite what many of you may think. If I lived in Montana, I'd be dead in like 30 seconds, guaranteed.
Nah, bro, you can grow potatoes like nobody's business out there.
It's true. It's true. And that's not only for vodka. That's only just for the nourishment of fellow Irishmen.
Yes.
So that's a fact. It's science.
I don't remember the guy's name. He's a social media guy, but he's an Irishman, long black hair, and he's always talking about the potatoes, man. Always about the potatoes. It's if I see him, I'm
Is
like,
that the guy who does the cooking things, and at the end he says, I forget what he said. He has this like catchphrase at the end. Is that the guy with like the heavy Irish accent who's talking about like cooking videos?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Super heavy Irish
I've
accent.
seen this guy's stuff. It's pretty funny. I think I got onto him
It-
because you sent me one of the videos.
yeah. Possibly. Because I would have sent it directly to you.
Keith
Yeah.
says, just be brought to the train station. Keith, if you meet me at a train station with a dead body, it'll be a little harder to get out, but we can make it happen. Keith, I got your back, bro.
Well, I think he's referencing Yellowstone. The difference between putting somebody on a bus and sending them out of town, or taking to the train station. If you get put on a bus and get sent out of town, I think you actually get put on a bus and you get to leave. I've not watched that many episodes, but if you get sent to the train station or a bus station, I don't remember which one, you get taken out on this weird road in Idaho, I think, and you get shot.
Oh, wow. So never take a bus through Montana is what you're telling me.
I'm not going to take public transit at all in Montana. That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, so it's no different from public transit like in a big city anyway. So like New York, LA,
Yeah.
Public transit, you're gonna get shot. You just know it going in.
This is how it works. Which is why I do not ride the subway in New York.
So it's funny. I actually spent some time. I spent quite a bit of time in LA, the Santa Monica area, which I love. Say what you want about California, man. I love LA. It's a fun city, especially the Santa Monica area.
I'm heading back out there in a month or two.
I took some very, very ill-advised trips, and some of them did happen to be on public transit. And there was one time specifically. It was probably almost midnight when I was heading home, and just looking out the window, we were at a stop and at a gas station. Like some guy was walking out of the gas station with a big case of beer. A bunch of guys jumped out from behind the store. They jumped him. They pulled one of the bottles out, slammed it against his head. And the funny thing is like on the bus, it's kind of like a big family. Like we kind of all understand there's like craziness happening around the city, and people started cheering for this fight. They're like, "Yeah, go, man, go!" And when the guy got hit in the head with a beer bottle, who was minding his own business, he was perfectly innocent bystander. Like everybody like cheered. They're like, "Yeah!" Like something like they just saw fireworks or something. And it was, man, it's a fun time as long as you don't start a ruckus yourself. There's always at least one crazy person talking to themselves, pissing all over themselves, and everybody's just like that's just Crazy Joe walking down. He lives on this bus.
Crazy Joe.
And it's so basically Montana's kind of the same, is what you're telling me.
Apparently so.
Good to know.
I'm not. Yeah. All right. So customer avatars.
Customer avatars. Weird rant. All right. So many good reasons why a customer avatar comes in handy. Again, to reiterate, 5 to 8 times higher ROI when you have a good customer avatar, and companies who have a good customer avatar over those who don't see an 85% increase in sales growth. Unbelievable. So, what a customer avatar includes. We went over this stuff, which is name, a snapshot of this person. When I was at Big Lots, before they went out of business, we should do a whole show just on that. They gave this customer a name, which was Jenny. That was the most common female name in their database, which females were the majority of their database. So they said Jenny. The context of the customer, the company or household, the role they play, the responsibility they play in their business or their household, the goals, the success metrics that they want to see. What does this person actually want from you? Right? If you sell fire safety, what do they want from your company? Do they want products? Do they want service? Do they want this? Do they want that? If your customer is just if they're buying cigars, do they want premium cigars? Do they want just run-of-the-mill cigars? Do they want something that's going to get them by? Do they want mid-level? Jobs to be done. What do they actually want to achieve with doing business with you? A lot of these may seem redundant. They seem kind of like useless to you and I, but it's the minutia that gets the job done. It's not just hitting the big notes. It's hitting all of the little pieces in between to fill out the picture of who this person is, right? So again, it's not all about you have this product, they want this product, let's sell this product. No, it's understanding who they are. Every tiny little detail. They may seem insignificant, but when it comes down to it, you're speaking to an individual. Because
Yes.
here's the thing, when here's what I my son, he's 10 years old. He's at the age now where he's asked to speak in front of his class. He's asked to speak in front of this person, that person, this group, that group. And I tell him, I've told him this specifically. When you go up in front of your class, don't speak to the class. Find one person. Find one person in that class that you like, a friend, somebody, a friendly voice. You speak to that person. But when you're speaking to that person, sometimes you look over there. Sometimes you look at that guy over there. Sometimes you look at that girl over there. You speak to that one person the entire time in this voice that's going to resonate with that one person. Because you're going to speak to an individual differently from how you're going to speak to a group. And that immediately changes the entire dynamic of the conversation. Now, David, what do you do? Now, you might not be the best example because when I speak about you, even when you're in the room, I say, David, us mere mortals don't have to, sometimes we have to deal with insecurities. Sometimes we have to deal with problems speaking in front of groups. Sometimes we have to deal with understanding who we're speaking with versus just jumping up and speaking nonchalantly in front of 10,000 people at once without thinking twice about it. You might not be the best person to ask this, but David, what do you do when you're speaking to a new group of people? Because this plays directly into the customer avatar conversation, by the way.
So it does. And here's the thing is, I don't speak to anybody in the audience. I don't even necessarily speak to the audience. I speak to the avatar. I speak to the persona.
Uh-huh.
Because I've been around, I'm a little dated now, a lot of gray in the beard now, and I take this customer persona thing so seriously. It's so important that when I do presentations,
and you speak to very high level customers too. You're not speaking to just Joe Schmo.
And I'm gonna toot my own horn. This is not on purpose, but I'm gonna kind of drive. This will help drive home how important it is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I get invited to be the keynote speaker at events.
That's true. Yeah.
I am. It's been added to my resume. An international speaker. I have been invited to do, and I have done them. I have done international speaking. I want to have a couple of them later this year.
Mm-hmm.
People love it because I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to all the things that they have fears about, all the things that they're needing solutions for. I'm not talking to them. I'm not talking to the group. I am talking to the avatar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to the customer persona. And I take less than an hour because I know my field. I take less than an hour if I've got to speak to an auditorium of a few thousand, 5,000, 10,000. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter to me. Those people are at this event, and it doesn't take very long. They're at this event. Well, who's at this event? Man, woman, age groups. Where are they from? What are the geographics? And then the coup de grace, the question: why are they here?
Mm-hmm.
So I speak, if you really want to drill it down, I speak to the why.
Mm-hmm.
I know who I'm talking to, I know where they're from, but I'm actually speaking to the why.
Right.
So it's not that, and you guys, I mean, West has said many times on this show, for us mere mortals, it's not because I'm some super awesome person. It's because I actually take this exact advice that we're giving you and I put it in true action, and it really will elevate when you start speaking to the why.
Mm-hmm.
And you start speaking, I speak to the why. You don't have to. You may feel more comfortable speaking to the geographic. You may be able to resonate better with the us folk from the Ohio River Valley. You might be able to resonate with Texas, son. You might be like, hey, I'm willing to kill 7 people on a Montana ranch. That's going to be speaking to the geographic. The demographic, that's a little different. I mean, because inside the demographic, it does break down a little bit, and you could pick which one you want to speak to, or you can be broad. Now, what did I say earlier? The spray and pray method is not as impactful. You don't get as much of return on that investment from the spray and pray method. Spray and pray. So I usually leave the demographic out. It's not really part of my
Right, and it
conversation.
shouldn't be. The spray and pray
There's,
it's a last resort that should never be
yeah,
used, frankly. Yeah,
there's too many other things you can do before you get
right.
there.
Agreed.
And I'm gonna spin this into another conversation really quickly. It's a bit of a tangent, but it's an important tangent. And I'm gonna talk about price. Price.
Hmm.
Price. Okay? If the if you've boiled yourself down to I'm going to be the budget or I'm going to come in, we're going to beat any the car dealers do this all the time. We'll beat anybody's deal. Not me, brother. You want to do business with me, you're going to pay you're going to get me, you're going to pay the price that and it's going to premium price. You get me, you to get me in my it's a premium price.
Hmm.
And I'm going to make it to where you say it was worth every single penny because you have somebody that really understands the why of what I'm doing. So people, they're not willing, they're happy to
Right.
pay that. That's the 1,000 true fans, the raving fans.
Yeah.
They are happy to pay to get that level of somebody who really understands and is there to solve those problems. So when I'm speaking, that's the that's the mentality that I have,
Hmm.
and I bring the energy that goes along with it.
So, David, what you're mentioning here, as far as higher a price, getting people to understand the value of the higher price, that is sort of, boy, I hate to say, I love Venn diagrams. I also love yellow school buses. Ha 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 ha. Aside from that, you're actually playing into the idea of a Venn diagram between
Absolutely.
the customer avatar and getting the value versus the cost of a product. And we could do an entire, in fact, we should do an entire show on the value versus the cost of a product. Because when you use the data from your customer avatar correctly, they will appreciate the higher price. And because they paid a higher price, they're going to value your product more. They're going to appreciate it more. It's the same way that, like, you could give a product away all day long, and 90% of the people who receive your free product will never use it or value it. They don't care.
Yeah.
But guess what? That customer who pays, $1,000 for this product, they will value it because they paid $1,000. They're going to use it every day, every opportunity they have. They're going to use it, and when it works to solve their problem, they're gonna sing your praises on rooftops. Because
Come back now. Hold on. We've
yeah,
got to
yeah,
take a brief intermission because
yeah. Hmm?
reintroduce yourself because now you can hear them because my
Is it
AirPods died.
Jasmine? Was it Jasmine?
It's Jasmine, Jas.
Jasmine,
and
I
my-
got the name right.
Yeah, nice to meet you, honey. Sorry, earlier I said hi, but the AirPods were in, and I just saw
I
your
couldn't
mouth
hear.
moving. Yeah, I saw your mouth moving. I didn't know what you were saying, but
So Jasmine, how are you? How's your night?
it's been going good. Nice, eventful, nothing too crazy. How's your night going?
Great. I'm jealous of the service you're giving David over there. That's amazing. I need to stop by your place.
You have to. Again, we got lounge, we have sofas, we have Wi-Fi. You literally come in, kick back, relax.
Yeah.
We also, so as much as a bar, we are lounge. We have French press coffee. We have zero kind of
Oh.
alcohol, so you don't have
Ooh.
to partake in that. But we just have that vibe to offer, and it's always all myself and other bartenders do a really good
Nice.
job on making you feel comfy. If you have to take a phone call, we're not going to bother you the whole time. So.
What are you saying, David?
I told them about the events of yesterday.
Oh,
I need you to confirm. I need
She's
you
off
to
screen.
confirm
She's like, I'm out.
that
I'm out.
that was not a word of a lie.
You
What happened?
you you
what happened?
might think he's exaggerating to make it seem eventful, more
Yeah.
exciting. Again, just to make it seem this, it was absolutely not. I had to go out there and sweep up 3 glass bottles because they were getting thrown at each other. I swear. And then they actually, I don't know if he disclosed, but they actually, so after the fight out here, and then them being a little bit kind of scooted away from our establishment to the corner establishment,
Yeah.
they threw it down the street all over again. And then the midget guy came out without a shirt. I promise it is not a lie.
That's when you start passing out popcorn. Just make it a show.
Not a word of. I told you guys
Amazing.
earlier.
I love it. I love
Not
it.
a word of a lie.
I'm coming to
The
El Paso.
most
It's happening.
story
I'm getting a
I've
French
ever
press
thought.
coffee, a cigar, and I want a bag of popcorn while the midget fights are happening out front. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, well, it was midget and then gentleman with no leg. At least
The
one,
the
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 left,
the
He had no. I know he had no right leg. I
Right
think
leg,
he
yeah.
had a left leg.
the
But it's
amputee.
a one-legged
so-
homeless Mexican in a wheelchair versus
Now
a
look,
pseudo well dressed. He was like business casual midget.
yeah, and you would say he's maybe like what, like he looked a little bit on the Asian side because he wasn't Mexican, the midget.
Oh, it was not a Mexican midget. No.
so look. I think
He could've
doing
been.
the right thing, helping the amputee back into the wheelchair is great. But look, once the amputee goes back into the battle, like you let it happen and you just enjoy the show. He wants to go back in. You just enjoy the show.
Part of any of it.
So then we all kind of went outside. I'm just sweeping glass because to me, I kind of see it very observational. If they're hitting each other that much, this glass can then be used as a weapon, and then they can stab each other. So I was like, I'm gonna get all this glass out of the way. You guys can hit each
See,
other as hard as
yes.
Oh, I missed it. I missed that part. I came back inside. She was walking over. I was like, oh, I was coming in
Sweeping
to
up
get
glass.
a broom and a
Yeah.
dustpan to sweep up the glass.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm
Well,
telling
because
you, like,
then you have like a Hell in a Cell kind of situation where they're like slamming each other down on like thumbtacks and broken glass. I mean, you could live stream this and make a mint. You could make a real killing on this thing.
as
No,
much as, like,
I got to rephrase that. But yeah, you could make a real, I mean, that sounds like a good show. Like you could advertise something like that.
have profited on if I were to just record it,
Right.
pick up the be
I
like,
told
hey,
David the same thing.
and a good show and French press coffee and popcorn and
I'm
a
in.
cigar.
I'm in.
I'm sold.
I told them if they could schedule this every week, the place is
Yes.
packed.
I will move my family to El Paso if that were a weekly thing. We're making it
First
happen.
and foremost, anybody who thinks about moving to El Paso, just freaking do it.
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
do it. I couldn't do it. I'm dying down here. I'm a fat guy. This heat is murderous.
You've met my
but,
current wife. She would not survive down there.
Yeah. Your wife and I, we could have adjoining igloos and be happy. But my whole family's like that. And Penny and Nikki and Penny's the worst of all of us. The daughter, and Nikki and Noah, all of us. We love the cold. We love the. We don't.
I've been in your house. I know that you guys love the cold. It's like I'm visiting the North Pole, like Santa Claus's family. It's not natural.
Dude, I'm telling you, if Macy's acts right and stops being, complete tools, I will volunteer myself to be Santa Claus for them in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
And I'll be
because-
the leprechaun at their St. Patrick's Day parade.
Bro, I've got the look just nailed for a Santa Claus.
You should grow a long white beard. I could see that. That'd be awesome.
And
Make it so.
Make it so, number one.
Yes.
So hey, there is. This has nothing to do with any of the show, but it's hilarious. If you guys are even close to being Star Trek fans, there's a group on Facebook called Riker's beard is the source of all power in the universe, or something like that.
It's true.
Join that group. Just join that group.
It's true.
It's
It's true.
worth it.
I have a lot of mixed feelings right now in Star Trek, and until they take some action, I'm kind of staying away from the shows.
I think Paramount has finally figured out that they didn't take a look at their proper customer avatar.
I'm not getting political. I'm just saying they forgot their customer avatar.
Has everything to do with the customer avatar. And guess what? They didn't take a look at the customer avatar. They all else being equal, they're going to build this on top of that, and they're going to maintain this over here because nothing's going to change. That doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, look, when you forget your core customer in favor of another demographic that is untested and by all rights has no interest in your product or service, you're going to fail. By the way, Keith says he has a white beard for Santa. So, Keith, I want to see you with a big, long, white Santa beard when you come in June. June 29th, come to the Opera House Columbus, and I want to see this big, long, white Santa beard that Keith has now.
Christmas David, in June at a German beer hall. 99999. Oh.
David, you got to grow your big, long beard now. Make it happen.
The beard, I don't know. It gets this right here, to me, where I'm at right now is the perfect beard and the perfect hair for me. I like it. I like it. I like it where it's at right now.
Well, you got the cool stripes going on. I approve of the stripes. Like some dark stripes in with the salt and pepper you got going on. By the way, Keith says, David, half a bottle of 107 left. Come fix my humidor, and I'll take out some pork chops.
I think we have a hygrometer issue or possibly a relay issue. That should be fine.
But anyway, yeah, David, grow out the long Santa beard. Then it can double as a wizard beard as well. We can do another Harry Potter trivia night that is not chock full of technical errors like the last one.
Yeah, and we will before. Unfortunately for this one or the last one, you were trying to get me to play against the audience. This time, I think we need to cross check the answers because we had a few of them that they just simply
we had some AI people who disagreed with the answers the AI gave me, and it was my fault. I actually had AI feed me a lot of the trivia questions because I didn't feel like writing them myself, frankly. So I blame OpenAI. Don't take it up with me. Take it up with Sam Altman. Anyway, customer avatars are insanely important. By the way, earlier in the conversation, Keith said that's why. Let's see. He says I tell that to my communications class every semester. Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. That's why I've spoken at CTS the last 3 years. The SUNY Technology Conference.
For those. That State University is of New York.
Right. So not the Muslim faction, not the Sunnis.
I think that's spelled differently, but yeah, definitely not them.
Got it. So Keith.
Because Keith's later he asked me pork chops.
I do love, although he said SHCOPS. I think he might have had a little bit of 107 to influence his spelling abilities here.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. 107 will do it to you. I bought. You know what? We're not going to talk about it, man. We're 2.5 hours in and 75 tangents. So, customer avatars.
Customer avatars. So next week we're actually going to show you how to build a customer avatar. It's super easy. There are 150 at least really good customer avatar building platforms out there for free. We're going to show you a couple. We're going to try to build a customer avatar. We're going to show you how, if you have the data, if you don't have the data, how to get the information you need to build a really good customer avatar. Because, look, I am in the process of launching a company, Flashpoint Safety Systems, and we are heavy into customer avatars. Not only because I understand this world, but I understand the value of the data and how to use it. And I'll show you how a company like mine is using the data to build a good customer avatar. Keith is out of here. He says, night, guys. Keith, we will see you on June 29th. It's going to be a fun night.
And on the show every week between now and then.
Exactly. Aside from that. And it will be a fun night. Everybody in the Central Ohio area or beyond, come to Hoffer House Columbus on June 29th. It's going to be a fun night. We're going to have a whole table reserved just for our people. In fact, the people that we usually sit with when we're there, they always have their own table reserved anyway. Like they just show up and like that's their table.
Yeah,
So
it's called a Stomptish,
yeah,
and it's a table for
explain
regulars.
Stumptish, David. Explain
Stomptish is
Stumptish.
if you go to Germany, if you go to Germany at the Opera House there's some signs hung up that are Stomptish. They're not reserved. When you go there for, let's say you're traveling, you want to go for Oktoberfest, they are not seats for you. They are seats for regulars.
Right.
We are regulars. So we have a little sign that goes on the table. Actually, we have 2 or 3 signs that go on the tables because sometimes there's 2 complete different stomp. Anyway, you get the sign out there, and when they go, well, how many people are coming in? We're like, we don't know. Could be just me. But
Just
the
stay at
stomp
the
the
table.
sign goes out. The stomp the sign goes on a table. The regulars are welcome to come and just sit at that table.
Mm-hmm.
Sit at that table. They get up, they come, and they go as they please. There's no requirement. They just come in, they buy, eat, drink, whatever they're going to do, they leave. So you can come in when you see the Stomptish sign. If you're a regular or you know somebody over that table, you just go sit down. You just sit down at the table. You don't have to. If there's a 2-hour wait out the door, which does happen at Hofbrauhaus. It does happen. And when I used to live over there, I would
Mm-hmm.
go in and Justin used to be a manager over there. He'd come to me and be like, David, I can't get you in. And you know how bad that means when I can't get people I like in. And I'm like, no worries. I'm not worried because I know the moment he turns away, one of the waitresses or is gonna be like, oh, Leffingwell's here. The next table goes to him no matter what. So it's just a spot for regulars to come and go. You can't reserve them. We don't reserve Stomptish. We just come in, we plant our flag, and go. Now, if you go to the Hofbrauhaus in Pittsburgh, they actually have a section,
Mm-hmm.
just like they have in Germany, that is the Stomptish. So over there, we wouldn't have to have the sign because the sign's already hung up on the ceiling, hanging down on chains, and you just go, you sit down, you eat, you drink, you be merry. You can stay there all night, or you can come in, eat, drink, and get out.
Right. And if you go to the Opera House in Las Vegas, the waitresses actually play professional baseball, and they have a hard swing that will leave bruises.
I got to tell this story. So we're out in Las Vegas. We are out in Las Vegas, and we're at CES, and I'm out there for work. I got work I've got to do with a rather large and very worldwide known engineering feat of marvel and American ingenuity that is the Hoover Dam, right? And so I've got stuff to do over there, and I'm working, doing what I do, and we end up at Hofbrauhaus. We end up at the Hofbrauhaus in Las Vegas.
It's a cool
And
opera
I'm
too.
like, I'll do a round of this lady was coming around. She had a round of I don't remember
Shots.
what she was serving us, but it was some kind of a shot of some sort.
Kind of a
German.
shot. Sure.
What I didn't know, because I bought
I think you knew, David. I
I
think
had
you
no
knew.
I may have known. But no, actually, to be honest, I did not know. I knew that you could do that. I knew that that was a thing, but I didn't know that that's how it was triggered.
Right.
Okay, so I buy a round of drinks. We're at a table. I buy. It's 3 of us here. I buy 3 drinks. Okay. The lady looks me dead in the eyes and goes, "Who's getting paddled?"
So when you buy a round of shots, somebody must get paddled.
So if you go to Hofbrauhaus in Columbus, or I'm sorry, Columbus, in Las Vegas,
Columbus doesn't do this. Vegas, yeah.
no, they need to. But when you go to Las Vegas and you buy a round of shots from the lady out there with the walking around with the shot things to sell you, somebody's getting paddled, and
Somebody's going to feel the pain. Yes.
she's an angry German lady.
She was
And she can tell
slightly
you.
annoyed that night. Yeah.
So of course, I'm there with 2 of my customers. I got you and another gentleman there. Kevin is there, and so I can't just pick one. So I buy another round, and and both of them, both of them, got paddled by
An angry German lady, and she was actually
angry
German.
lady who played cricket in all of her past lives.
All of them. Yeah, she was
All of
angry and she had a swing. By the way, you didn't just buy 3 rounds of shots. You bought at least. You didn't buy just 2. You bought at least 3 because another random guy who was sitting at our table also got a beating of his life.
Yeah,
But luckily, he
yeah,
was
so-
with a date who could take him home and. I was going to say lick his wounds, but that didn't come out so well. No, this lady had a swing, and it was dangerous, by the way. So, David.
By the way, I'll
David.
never post this online. I will never, ever, ever post this online. But if you're standing next to me, you're like, "Hey, show me the video." I got the videos of both of them.
Well, David, you realize the next time we're in Vegas together might be at CES. And if we go back to Hofbrau, I'm buying the round of shots, and I get to choose who gets the spanking.
I have to work that night. Work that night.
I'm just saying, revenge is an angry German lady with a heavy swing.
Revenge is best served with German beer.
And a schnitzel tower. I almost said Wiener Tower. That's something
It
else.
was a wiener tower.
It was the Wiener Tower.
It was worst. It was a worst tower.
It was the worst of the Wiener Towers. Yes.
We had 2 of them at the table because we ordered it. We're like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll do some worst. I'm all right with that. And Kevin ordered it. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. I'll have it too. Not understanding that it
It's
literally
a tower
is
of schnitzel.
tower of wieners.
It's a tower of wieners.
It was the worst. It was like 4 or 5. It was a ridiculous amount of food, and we ate next to none of it because we were all busy laughing after the paddling incident.
Yeah.
So I knew. So I think Cleveland may do it. Actually, I think all of them do it except Columbus
Except Columbus.
and maybe Newport.
Columbus
But,
needs to bring back the beatings. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. So